Shout out to Hector Show, pussy.
This shit gonna be crazy, Jack.
I've been waiting on you all damn night.
What's up? This is I'll Drink to That. This is Joe Camerota.
What up? What up? Thank you, Justin. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you.
It's fucking all right. Got it out of the way.
Nice.
Dude, someone commented that I need to get a stool just to show my feet.
Ha.
The camera.
That's hilarious, dude. You got like people that they got a foot fetish, but like what's even more hilarious is like that they would zero in on that because that's like the one thing that isn't tattooed.
Dude.
But you know what I mean, in a lot of ways, right? They're just like, yeah, it is. You know, if you lift up, you lift up, and then
Yo, you want to hear a fucking foot story? What happened to that? I fucked up my eye. Hey, at jiu-jitsu.
No shit.
Dude, first of all, I did this thing I never do. It was like a standing, like a tie sweep.
Okay.
And this dude fucking busted his ass so hard. His legs like went up because we were just drilling. His legs went up and his toe went straight in my eye.
No shit. So you do jujitsu, do you take classes or do you just like now you're at the point where you just kind of like open mic it up, as crazy as that sounds, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it's really like only classes.
oh really?
So, like
they don't have like a
we have a competition thing where like everyone like trains and it's just going live the whole time.
Oh. They don't have like
sponsored by Buds and Bagels.
That's hilarious. Buds and Bagels, man.
We'll just
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fucking floor. Do you smoke?
I do. Oh yeah, dude. I holy shit.
Yeah, it's just Snickers.
A lot. Yeah, I took an edible before coming here. Fucking awesome.
But yeah, do it like most mornings during the week, and then Friday nights if I don't have a show.
So they don't have the way there's like improv levels, and then eventually you do all the levels, and you're just like, okay, well I'll just go to the jam now. They don't have that.
I mean, I guess it's like a competition would be it, but no. So like the first half, so at least how my school works, it's mostly like ecological training.
What's that?
Basically it's like you learn by just doing.
Oh,
so like,
fuck yeah.
We'll have one person going like super light, and they'll like just show you what someone would actually do when they're defending whatever move you're learning.
Yeah.
And then at the end of class, we just fucking. So it's like maybe
I love that. It's just like seeing all the poker hands
it's
one
like
by one.
30 minutes of that.
Yeah, every scenario.
And then like 45 minutes of that, and then like 30 to 45 minutes of like sparring, for lack of a better term.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit. That's dope, man. What a dope hobby. I've always wanted to get into it, but I guess things like that, man, when they're like it costs money like that, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta save up for that shit. And then I gotta like save up for it, then get like a head start. You know what usually happens when I get into shit like that? Somebody gifts me like $3,000 out of nowhere for some dumb reason. Like
for your movie that's
somebody dies and they're like, hey, this person died and you now have $3,500 extra dollars. And I'm like, oh, I'll take improv classes. Like, you know what I mean? It's like literally like, it's so funny how every once in a while the universe just does dumb shit like that for seemingly almost everybody. You know what I mean? Like not large amounts of money. You know what I mean? But every once in a while, someone's like,
I didn't give me 3,500.
A relative died once, and I was in a shit job, man. I was in a shit job that I hated, and a relative died and left me $8,000, and I was able to leave that shit job, and it was one of the best out of pocket things that ever happened. I was one of those. I was able to just like. In fact, I didn't quit right away. I just started fucking off for forever. You know,
I feel like that's the move. You just fuck off till you get fired.
Yeah, I'm like
unemployment too.
Like my boss would yell at me like he did before, and before when I would show fear, I'd be like, okay, you know what I mean, and like fucking it was the best. What do you? Somebody's gonna. So I do a bunch of things. I work at a museum. I work at
what type of museum?
Oh, I work at the Stonewall National Monument Visitor Center. So yeah,
are you gay?
I'm bisexual. Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah, yeah. Nah. And so I'm so I work there, and at Stonewall National Monument Visitor Center, and it's great. I love it there, dude. It is the best job I've ever had in my entire life.
I feel like working at a museum would be pretty cool. It's probably like fairly relaxed, but like
It's so relaxed. It doesn't pay good.
No, those jobs never do.
But it affords me the ability to write and to do a lot of my other
Yeah.
work. And so for me, I'm like, dude, like when people are in there, I of course have to be attentive. But attentive is just like, hey, the jukebox is over there. Here's the coins for the jukebox. This is the interactive exhibits. Here's a book you can write in
What is an
with your friends.
interactive exhibit?
Uh,
Well,
no,
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 the
no.
Stonewall was the gay thing, and
Yeah, so it's a museum. So it's there's a thing there are these books that have prompts on the spine and on the cover,
okay.
but the pages are blank and you can write in the books. You know
Oh,
what I
okay.
mean? So yeah, just tell people like, hey, good for you for coming out, and anything
Yeah.
like that or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I love my cousin Bobby. He came out, signed Jim. You know what I mean? Whatever it is and stuff. And so
Is it like modern gay history too, or
it's all about the Stonewall
okay? So it's
uprising.
only
So all
Stonewall. I
about
wasn't
yeah.
sure if that was
And the
just the
reason I
name.
got the job is because I started a LGBTQ walking tour before the museum existed.
Mm.
So like I was like, if the museum is Jesus, I was John the Baptist. I was just this dude who started doing this walking tour for World Pride in 2019. So
See, I
yeah,
would think gay John the Baptist would just be
yeah.
golden showers or something.
Yeah. I guess probably. He didn't shower much, so probably a lot of pissing on himself at least. But anyway, started for that, and then I learned a bunch about gay history, LGBTQ history, and then I made like a bunch of transgender friends. Like
Yeah.
that's dude, I have
The
like
dream for
an
everybody.
insane amount
Okay.
of transgender friends. But also too, just because like I'm not transgender, so in a weird way, like if you're gay or bisexual, like, and you're not transgender, you don't really know about
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Like, you're kind of just like a straight person, in that way. Like, you just have to literally go out and make trans friends, just like everyone else
Yeah.
and stuff. I got to learn about that. But what's weird is because of my job and all of this, I've interacted with so many trans people. And dude, you know what's wild, man? I like Fox News totally exploits like the trans people that
Yeah.
are having a mental breakdown because I've met so many trans people that are just they're like anesthesiologists and shit, and they're like so passable that they
Yeah.
would have to like tell you they're trans. You know what I mean? And they're like literally like anesthesiologists and um uh just employees at any odd company. You know what I mean? And they would literally have to tell you that they're trans.
Yeah.
Dude, people
Like
come
my
to my
sister is
tour.
like midway there.
I've met trans men that have come to my tour where they're like, "Yeah, I'm a trans man," and I'm
Oh,
like,
no, trans man,
"What?"
or I feel like is way easier to like look wise to
Yeah,
transition to than male to female.
dude.
Because like I look at my sister and I'm just like, yeah, she's trans. So
Oh, she is okay.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were just about make fun of your sister. But go on. Yeah.
no, yeah, like
That's awesome,
in
actually.
the beginning, like it was like, all right, like you're not very passable, whatever. But they were also really big and like had a beard down to here and everything like that. And so like in the beginning, I'm just like, maybe it's also just because I know him,
Yeah,
but like I was like, yeah, this is like you don't look like a
yeah,
girl. Like this is gonna be a rough transition for you. But now like it's starting to come along. Like the
yeah.
longer you're on the estrogen and stuff.
Well, a big part of I'll tell you. Here's a big thing about me, man. A big reason that I work there. A big reason I even started this tour is it's not just being bisexual. There's a big part of my life is that it's a weird thing to talk about, but I'm technically under the umbrella of what's called intersex for a weird reason.
Hmm.
When I went through puberty, my body made a whole bunch of estrogen, and I grew large ladylike breasts. Swear to God.
What
Okay.
about?
And right. And so anyway, at the age of 23, I had male breast reductions, which
Okay.
look like this. Okay, like literally multiple male breast reductions and shit. Right. I swear to God, they cut around the bottom.
Oh yeah,
When I looked up, there's a little indentation from like the surgery and stuff,
but
but
there's
they
no
flipped it
scars. They
around
did
the
pretty
bottom of
good.
my
Yeah.
nipple, like literally around the bottom of my nipple. They flipped up my nipple and they took out my shit and stuff like that. And what it is, like people they come into the visitor center and like women come in and they have like Appalachia or whatever that's called.
Yeah.
Not Appalachia, sorry. I
I
forget.
know what you meant.
Yeah.
Alopecia.
They're from the Appalachian
Yeah,
Mountains.
that's why they look like that. They're
Alopecia,
fucking.
and they're like, yo, I'm intersex, you know what I mean? And it's kind of an interesting thing because I always identified as that because of my experience, and it's so interesting to me, like women who have had like a similar experience and like identify that way, right? Because it's like but here's the weird thing. Here's what I'm getting at. I would have loved to have just kept my tits.
Yeah.
And in many ways, I'd probably be successful at comedy right now if I did. So like, let's be honest.
What was that one
Just
serial
did,
killer?
right?
You had fucking Richard Gere. Is that right? No, Richard Gere's an actor.
Uh,
It's
serial killer, Richard. I don't know.
he killed people, but he had like fucking tits, and he was in prison. And he was just like, yeah. They had him in the Ed Gein show. No, that's someone else. It doesn't matter.
So anyway, effectively, I got my boobs removed, and I always reflect on this. The reason I got my boobs removed is because uh, women didn't like me at the
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean? Women didn't like me at all, and then I got my tits removed, and all of a sudden, women thought I was hot. It was like a huge like
Yeah.
revelation in my, you know what I mean? Like it like life changing basically in that way,
Sure.
right? And but also what I'm getting at is this is I got the surgery not for me, because I would have liked it if people just thought I was hot with tits. I did it for other people.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And what I'm getting at is transgender people, if you're a transgender person, this is from my understanding. Once again, I'm not like trans. I'm not trans in the sense of what I mean by that is when a person says I'm trans, what they mean, from what I understand, is they go, I was born with the brain of a woman and the body of a man,
Yeah.
or vice versa, right? And I'm always like, oh, that's interesting because I was born with the tits of a woman. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I naturally developed the tits of a woman the way this person naturally
Richard.
developed
Yeah.
the brain of a man, you know, or the brain of a woman.
Mhm.
I developed his a woman the way this person naturally developed the brain of a woman. Okay, and then so they had an organ that mismatched their body, just like me. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I look at trans people, I'm like, that's kind of interesting. The organ we're talking about is the brain, but that's just an organ. You know what I mean? It's just a part of your
Yeah.
body, just like tits or a dick or your heart or anything like that. It's just something your body made through your genes, right? So the fact that I had lady tits and you have a lady brain, the fact that I had a dick and lady tits and you have a dick
Yeah,
and
I
a
was gonna
lady
say,
brain,
like,
I'm like,
you're
this
not
is
like
like
a
a
hermaphrodite.
no, but I'm like something like I'm like at the early, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm at like the fringes of whatever that is, right? And here's the thing is, I'll say this: nobody really knows how it works, right? Like I have a lot of chest hair, so like when I'm reading theories about it, one of the theories for a guy like me who has a lot of chest hair and stuff, and I have like a decent muscle structure,
Yeah.
is like my body made like too much testosterone,
And so the
and
estrogen.
it just
Yeah.
converted to estrogen because it was like, yo, we don't know what the fuck to do with this testosterone. We already maxed it out on this dude. But either way, what
Yeah.
it is that's proves that gender works on a spectrum, right? Because my body was like, hey, we're maxed out on testosterone, turn it into estrogen, because testosterone can be turned into estrogen. That's how
Yeah.
hormones work and
Well,
everything
that's
like
why
that,
they
right?
think athletes have a higher rate of having daughters.
Really?
Yeah, like high level athletes, um, like have or 25 or
Because they have higher
something
rates of
percent.
testosterone in their body?
Yeah, they're like way more likely to have a daughter.
Because of high rates of
Yeah,
testosterone.
yeah,
Yeah, for some reason, correlation with that. And so here's the thing: there's so much about medical science, especially something like this. It's called gynecomastia. I had gynecomastia
yeah.
surgery. It's a form of gender. It's a form of what they call gender affirming care. So there's this umbrella of this thing called gender affirming care. So if you're a trans person, you get gender affirming care. If you're a woman who has the app whatever it is,
Appalachia. You're from West Virginia.
Who has Appalachia, you take medicine for gender affirming care. If you're a person who has gynecomastia, you get gynecomastia surgery like I did, which is gender affirming care. And so in my mind, this big thing, especially as the LGBTQ community as a whole, it's the LGBTQIA plus community, and the I is for intersex. But either way, the whole idea is I'm like, oh, first off, obviously, I know gay people are real, but on top of that, because of my own experience, I definitely believe that gender works on a
Yeah.
spectrum because of what happened to me. You know what I mean? Like people were like, when people were like, "Does gender work on a spectrum?" I'm like, I hope so. I had tits, you know, like, and I had to literally, but when I'm getting at it, so I got my tits removed for other people, so they would like me better. And what I always thought it was funny is that if you're a trans person, you're like, hey, I would love to just express myself as a woman. So I have the body of a man. I would love to just I bet a lot of trans women feel this way. I would love to just have not gone through tons of surgeries and stuff like that and just express myself as a woman just on the day to day. But society hates me for that. society will literally throw rocks at me if I do that. So I have to get a bunch of surgeries. I have to do all these things.
Yeah.
For me, you know, I'm a woman. I know I have the brain of a woman. I have to do all of this for other people. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I have to chop my dick off for other people in many ways.
well,
you
are you
know?
from New York?
No, will not chop my dick off. That one, I'm like, I guess you probably just don't want your dick. You know what I mean? In that way. But go on.
Where are you from?
Uh, uh, Connecticut originally. Yeah,
Okay.
Connecticut. Yeah.
You grew up there mostly?
I did mostly in Connecticut. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude. And Enfield, Connecticut, man. I grew up in a a truck parts company. My dad was rich. I'm poor. My dad was wealthy and he owned blue collar rich. He
Yeah.
owned a truck parts
Yeah, I'm
company.
from Long Island. It's like,
Yeah, yeah, you get junkyards and shit like that.
yeah.
Yeah, Italian junkyards.
Dude,
And
me
shit.
and my dad used to go scrapping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit like that. Yes, that was. I grew up in that. I grew up in that. My parents had a lot of money, but I have a lot of spinal problems too. You know what
Dude,
I mean? So it's like,
this is gonna be out. I'm not gonna say that, but I was just on jury duty for a spinal cord stimulator trial.
really?
Yeah, malpractice.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking like an expert on spine shit right now.
Dude, I have severe degenerative disc disease all throughout my spine, dude. I have like the worst spine
Yeah.
ever. And I know it's because when I was a kid, I used to like we had these wire baskets that were like
Mhm.
whatever, yay high. It was like high up to here. And I used to like have to you're supposed to lift with your knees.
Yeah, lift it
You're
with your
supposed to
back.
bend. You're not supposed to lift with your back. You're
What
supposed
is
to
it,
lift with your knees.
compressed?
They would give us these courses on like kneel, lift with your knees, don't lift with your back. They'd give us these courses on that, but then they'd give us these assignments where you just had to lift with your back as a
Yeah.
kid because I'm the owner's son. They like, fucking, I own that back. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, I'll just make my kid destroy his body, which sucks because now I'm poor. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it sucks when
It'd be
someone
one
else.
thing if you were rich and
Yeah, right. You know what I
you could
mean?
afford
And like,
that
my
confusion.
dad's rich, but my brother's a lawyer, so he's trying to steal all of any of my inheritance.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Well,
Yeah,
hopefully your dad doesn't die for a little bit, unless you're on
hopefully,
terrible terms.
hopefully. Yeah. Yeah. What about you, man? What do you do?
I'm a fraud analyst.
Oh, what does that mean?
So like, I work for banks
Okay.
and I analyze like real time transactions and determine if they're fraud or not.
No shit, dude. Dude, dude, I had to like take Amazon on my digital wall, which I don't even know what the fuck that is, dude.
Yeah, your
I've
account
been
might have
like
got
Amazon has been like stealing money from me. Amazon stole money from me for like 7 months straight, and then I they double charged me for Prime for like
Yeah.
6 or 7 months in a row. And then I canceled my Prime. And then the next month they made like $120 cash grab out of my account. And then I literally had to go and take Amazon out of my wallet, dude.
Yeah, so what probably happened was if you like go on Google and you type in like you just go like, Amazon, it like takes you to Google. If you sometimes the first link will be a mirror site, and basically meaning like it works like Amazon, it looks like Amazon, it functions like Amazon, but when you enter in your credit card information, it's like someone else's like mainframe, so they steal all your data.
No, 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 no. But it wasn't that because it was actually Amazon double charging me. It was
Okay.
actually Amazon. Even the bank's like, no, this is Amazon double charging me, double charging you. And then I went on to Reddit and there was these big Reddit for threads being like, Amazon's double charging me. I do this thing. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, dude, they're like doing cash grabs on people that they know never use Prime,
Yeah.
that they kind of feel are like um poor because
Mhm.
I'm poor, man. They can tell that when they grab money out of my account, sometimes they overdraft it, so they're like, this dude's gonna cancel Prime soon anyway.
Yeah.
Might as well fucking cash grab him now that we see he's got
Mhm.
$120 in his account. Fucking let him come after us for the fraud. So anyway, dude, I had to it was a weird thing, man. I had this other reoccurring subscription that I forgot about, a yearly subscription that had canceled that they charged me 200 something bucks. So I called my bank. I got that one back.
Yeah, you can dispute it.
I disputed it. I got that one back that day. And then I'm like, yo, I have this other one from Amazon. It's $120 cash grab. But then they don't have them like same week. But then it's like there's like all these 7 6 7 months. They're like, oh, that's a bit more complicated. I can't do that one. You got to
Yeah, because
call the
they're
other
big.
department.
Yeah, they're big companies, so they have a lot more
I don't know. It's like
like
reoccurring.
sway, and they have
Whatever.
people that actually handle the chargeback,
Got it.
opposed to something like
So they're like, you got to call this other number, and you can't do it like during like, because it was like 10 o'clock when I called.
Yeah.
They're like, you got to do it like during like working hours at this other number. And truth to be told, I'll probably do it tomorrow, man, because I just haven't had. I hate to say it this way, man. I work fucking every day,
Yeah.
dude. Oh, dude. So I work in a
Yeah.
museum. I own the walking tour company. I own a history of comedy walking tour company.
Ah.
I swear to God, a history of comedy walking tour company. I give people free tickets to the Grizzly Pear as part of it. I get tickets on the cheap from the owner there, and then I flip to people. And it's history of comedy. I don't make much money on that one, but I fucking love it, and I love just owning the history
Yeah,
of
no,
comedy tour in New York City. Right?
fucking sick.
If you go, if it's go on the internet, type in history of comedy, you'll find this one tour, a bunch of good reviews. Joe Camerota, the history of comedy, New York City tour. Now the other thing that I do, this is what I'm most proud of, dude. Ready for this? Swear to God, swear on my soul, is I do this. Um, every single Monday, you can go online and check this out at Shanti Bookshop, which is on 14th Street,
Okay.
right near Union Square. It's one of only 5 metaphysical bookshops here in New York City.
No idea what the fuck metaphysical is.
Occult bookshops, occult stuff.
Okay.
Okay, like magic shops, but like occult. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So not like magic like Siegfried and Roy, like magic like Aleister Crowley.
Yeah, yeah,
Aleister
yeah.
Crowley. You know what I mean? Aleister Crowley
No, I know who it is.
yeah,
Like
Mitch Howitz. You
my
know,
mom
yeah.
reads tarot and stuff
Okay,
like that, so I read
so
tarot too.
ready for this? No, ready for this? I am a professional tarot card reader. I read at Om Shanti Bookshop. Swear
Get
to God, Om
fucked.
Shanti Bookshop. Every single Monday from 4 to 8 p.m. I'm an in-house reader there. Not just that, if you call in there and you become a regular of mine, Rakesh, the owner, just call him up and he will then schedule you where I can do a phone reading other nights of the week at like your need. But every single Monday from 4 to 8, I actually like sit
Come
inside
by
the
Monday.
shop. Swear to God, swear on my soul. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually it's the thing I'm the most proud of. It took me a long time to become literally a pro, and it's the thing that I'm gonna build. It's the thing that I want to do. I want to actually get such a good clientele with it because I have reoccurring customers now, and I'm like, oh, I have
Yeah.
reoccurring customers. People like me. I want to get such a good clientele that I literally want to work it over Venmo, Eventbrite, whatever. You can live and just live other places. I want to just like go live in
Yeah.
Malta and just
Oh, so
do tarot card readings
you
over
want
the
to be a
phone.
gypsy?
I want to travel the world while doing tarot card readings over the phone or via Skype. And I'll also, if I get known enough for it, I'll actually move to places and take up in-house reading
Yeah.
spots in those,
Like a
in
residency.
a residency in those places, and then do it over the phone with my regulars. You know what I mean? So I pick up other people along the way. So my New York regulars that see me there, I'll be like, hey, I'm moving to Malta. I'm going to be a regular reader at a shop over there because they speak English in Malta.
Yeah.
Malta's an Italian, an island off
Yep.
the coast of Sicily.
Eddie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm Sicilian.
dude, my life dream is to move to Malta because I found out that it's effectively a country that was at one point dominated by Italy, at another point dominated by Turkey.
Mhm.
So the food is a mixture of Turkish and Italian food. How delicious
Yeah.
does that sound? Okay. It's like influenced from both. And it's more densely populated than any place in the world, more than New York City. It's
Because it's so
incredible.
small.
It's tiny, incredibly densely populated, and they speak English.
Yeah.
That's the actual the official language is Maltese, but no one fucking speaks Maltese. It's like how the official language of Ireland is Gaelic, but no one
Yeah,
speaks
it's a
Gaelic.
dead
Yeah,
language.
yeah, it's dead language. Yeah, yeah.
And
So Maltese, same thing, yeah. So you work in fraud detection. How'd you get into that? It's a
I
good
shot
job.
it out of college.
You just got out of college.
Yeah, yeah, I got an associate's degree in it's like I didn't even remember applying to the job and I got it. Worked there for like three or 4 years. Uh, I quit and I worked for a village, like doing. I was like, I want to do manual labor,
Yeah.
so I was like repairing roads and like doing asphalt and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Got my CDL, and then I got fired from there, so I went back.
Okay, nice. Fair enough. You got your CDL though.
Yeah, CDLB, and then
Okay.
in between, like I like did like some car detailing. I worked for a bus company that had no buses.
Got it. So you just kind of took like whatever gig you get, and then you just went actually back into that
Yeah,
industry.
it was like one
Is
of
it
those
just
way
because it
neighborhood.
paid better, or
It did
more
pay
professional?
better, but it was also like I can work from home. I can
Really, that's
do like
dope.
I know the job like the back of my hand. It's very stress free
Got it.
because like I'm good at my job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's either a yes or no thing. Like, you know what I mean? You just
Yeah,
you
it's
just do
just
your
the
task. You
worst
do your
part
task.
about it is talking to people.
Yeah, you get it done. Yeah.
Like making phone calls to people who don't want to talk to you, because no one's ever happy that their card's getting declined while they're trying to make a fucking purchase. But it's also like, what do you expect? What do you expect when you haven't used your card for 3 years and then you spend $20,000 on a flight in Dubai?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. We're
of
gonna
course
call
it's
it,
going to get flagged.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like,
So yeah, that's hilarious, right? Yeah.
but yeah, no, I mean,
You
I
should
see
be
a lot of.
thanking us that we're trying to protect your money. Yeah.
No, I don't even say thank you. Like, I don't fucking care. Don't thank me, dude.
Yeah. That's wild, dude. So that's and that's like people who so these are just credit card
Yeah, credit
transactions
cards and debit cards.
and debit cards.
I'm not gonna say the banks on here so I don't get
Oh yeah,
fired,
yeah,
but
for
like
sure.
big banks.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what I like, man? Chase Bank, dude. I bank with Chase, man, and
yeah, I have Chase,
you know what,
but
dude?
I don't work for them. But
I Chase and Wells Fargo I have. I find I like Chase
Chase
better than
fucked
Wells
my
Fargo.
mom. Chase is the reason my house was foreclosed on
Okay.
because they didn't honor their. So my mom had like a discounted rate or whatever because of her income, and like so she had she took a second mortgage out, got it modified, and they were still billing for the original mortgage. Um, but like she had all the paperwork saying they didn't, but she didn't have enough money to actually go to court and
Yeah.
whatever. So then her house got foreclosed on.
No fucking shit,
Yeah, it
dude.
was a squatter for a few years, and
Wow, dude. I'm
lived
sorry
with
about
my
that.
grandma.
I'm
Ah,
sorry about that. Just because like a bank like kind of clerical error of sorts.
yeah, yeah, that's life though. Fucking, I don't know. I grew up in a weird place.
Fair enough.
Like I grew up on Long Island, and like on paper, my family was not poor. My dad, he worked demolition.
Is it spliffed or no?
Is it grabber?
It's spliffed or no? Oh, fair enough. Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, no, my dad like he worked demolition. On paper, he made like 100K, 120K a year, and this is like the recession, so like, pretty good. But he was a heroin addict.
yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, he spent all his money on crack, heroin. He did everything: smoked crack, heroin, hookers, the whole thing.
No, no shit, no shit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, one of
Dude,
my
I'm sorry about that, man.
nah, dude, that's fucking life.
Yeah.
And same thing with my sister.
So he made a bunch
Uh,
of coin, but he just
yeah, and then he sold drugs on the side to like keep himself afloat
yeah,
with his habit.
yeah.
But like
That
he would
shit catches up to you, dude. Dude,
yeah,
I'm
he would
not
have
even.
me steal jewelry with him and
Yeah,
shit growing
yeah.
up. Like, but
Wow.
we didn't have like any heat in my house.
Shit,
Yeah, so
dude,
like
that's crazy, man. Yeah, but he always had coin on because he was always scheming in that way.
yeah, it would
Always
scrap it, all that.
scheming in that way. Yeah. Oh, that's what he meant. Yeah, like yeah, I went scrapping and everything. Yeah.
And then we'd find shit in the garbage, and then we'd take it to the flea market and sell
Dude, ready for this? If you dedicatedly decide that you're going to dig through trash like professionally, you will make over 200 grand a year. There's a
it.
ways
New business job.
there's ways to do it. There's ways to there, and you might be like, well, bullshit, Joe. No, a couple of things. One, you go to places like Greenwich Village after a night
Yeah,
of partying. Why? Women lose jewelry and it ends up in the trash.
yeah,
And so you're collecting cans, but you're also collecting jewelry throughout the thing. You know, and so you literally end up with a jewelry haul from that. It's literally a jewelry haul. Another thing is being a trash person. You keep track of people who die who have no relatives and their stuff just gets dumped on the curb. Now you're there going through antiques, literally Googling
yeah.
what shit
Like
is.
I got all my
Like,
tickets
like I mean,
I'd
you got to be you got to be like good into that. But if you dedicate your life to, where do I ash before
ashtray.
you got to dedicate your life to the art of treasure hunting like that. Like it's got to be a thrill for you, right? You know what I
Yeah, my
mean?
dad
That
was
treasure
huge into
hunting.
antiques and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Speaking of World
Um,
War II memorabilia,
but especially nowadays with like apps and shit, like you can fucking use like Google image apps and shit like that to like take a picture of something and be like, what is this? Like, how much is this worth? And it'll be like, it's worth
yeah,
this
dude, my
much.
dad would find jewelry. He found this like $100 bill, like a stack of cash one time, and
So that's what happens, right?
we'd go to
You get a hit for like 20 G's, and then that like makes the whole the whole scraping by ain't worth it because you got to hit for 20 G's from something.
Yeah.
It's got to have an eye for what might be worth 20 G's.
And yeah, no, and then we would I grew up like stripping wires. Like we'd cut the wires off of like vacuum cleaners, everything. And
Oh shit! I grew up stripping wires too, but in a factory.
and then we got like he worked demolition and he'd steal coils of like the fucking industrial wire. And so then we stripped that too. And
Wow. Yeah.
my favorite thing, the
That makes sense. Yeah.
best scheme he would do. He had a pickup truck. We would lay bricks down on the bed of the truck and then put all like the metal and everything over it.
Yeah.
And we drive over the thing like because at least the scrapyard had like you drive onto the
The
scale,
scale. Yeah. Yeah.
you drive off, and then you drive back on it, and it shows the weight difference.
Yeah.
And so fucking 300 pounds right
You
there.
dump the bricks.
Dump the bricks.
And get paid.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck, bro. That's dude, that's literally would he here's the thing, man. I mean, not to be weird, would he like grease the guy or something? Because usually that's shit they check for unless you're like kind of
He
greasing.
knew the guy, but I don't think he like
Really? Because
greased.
that shit goes, you know what I mean? They do, guys at those checkpoints kind of just
But
like
like he just never got caught.
wing
'Cause-
things through. But usually, that's risky business, man, because you get caught doing that shit,
Yeah.
dude. Fucking dumping bricks. And then steal money. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's like, dude, I love that, man. I don't love that, but
Yeah,
like
they
at the
knew
same
he was
time,
up to something, but like they couldn't prove it.
dude, at the same time, man, that's like a movie, dude. And I'll tell you, man, when you grow up in those worlds, man, like I said, man, my dad had money and stuff, but like I spent my days delivering truck parts to the worst parts of New England. You know what I mean? And when you're in those environments all the time, you at least see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't experience all of it like up front like that when you're the person like, who's like working at the factory that like is within all
Yeah.
this, you know what I mean? But still, man, it's like there, dude. And it's a real dude, that part of America is people don't understand, man. Even like the people scheming, the people doing all this stuff, but that part of America that's just moving things, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
and everyone has
around and
something to
stuff.
do,
And
yeah.
that is actually the it's I often think about it as like the cogs of a machine. Truly, 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 right? Because in order for the economy to work, money has to move. And so people like your dad are just out there every day just moving metal. Because here's the thing is he's moving metal to scrapyards, right? Like so they're
Yeah.
actually even though he's scheming, they depend on hustlers. Does this make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I
They're
mean?
still
They
making-
depend on people like your dad that go out there and just fucking grind and scheme any way they can. But all of America just runs on that shit, dude.
And he used to drink so much. So like he fucking we used to have like two garbage cans and like we'd fill them with bottles or whatever. We wouldn't
Yeah.
like go out picking up cans or anything like that, but we fill them in bottles and we'd have like $120 worth of bottles every week because of how much like beer my dad was drinking.
No shit.
Yeah, beer, liquor, all that, just
Wow, dude.
crushing it.
That's cool, man. I mean, and it's bad, but also like not it's a story, man. It's like
Well, because what 20 beers would be $1.
yeah. Wow.
Dude,
So yeah.
never. I like in retrospect, I never saw my dad sober. Like
Wow.
one time.
That's crazy, actually. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then he left when I was like 12, 13. But
Oh, he really?
yeah.
Oh, no way. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, yeah, and that's when like everything went under with the house, and
Yeah.
we were in there for like 3 years.
Dude, I'm sorry about that, man.
Don't be sorry,
Sorry.
dude.
What-
That's
no, no.
life.
Yeah, it's like then
I'm past it.
where'd you move from there?
Oh, we moved into my grandma's.
Okay, where?
Yeah, so her and my grandpa, and we had a nice little downstairs area. My brother was moved out. They were in rehab because they also did.
Yeah.
But that's a crazy story in and of itself. My dad shot my brother up with their first hit of heroin.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
What? Dude,
He had a
fucking
studio apartment in Long Beach and would fuck hookers in it, and my brother was living there.
dude, that's crazy. In Long Beach, Long Island?
Yeah,
Wow. Long Beach, California?
yeah.
With
There's also in Oceanside, California, which is where I mostly grew up.
yeah, no, it's
Well,
not
not
New
Oceanside,
York.
California,
Yeah,
Oceanside, New York.
yeah, I'm telling you. But dude, wow, bro. That shit's crazy, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot about my dad
That's
that's like
fucking.
nuts. And like,
I was with you at the bricks. I'm not gonna lie.
dude, the bricks is like the most relatable thing he did.
And everything else is just so fucking tragic, dude. I'm
Dude,
sorry, man.
no, he would like fuck hookers on his like demolition jobs, like in the buildings they're tearing down.
Dude.
He yeah, his
Dude, your
I don't know if
dad,
you've
you
ever
know what your dad sounds like? Okay, have you ever seen, and I don't mean this I don't mean your dad died of AIDS. But have you ever seen have you ever seen Dallas Buyers Club?
yeah
Dude, the way Matthew McConaughey just is like in that movie, his character is just like, yo, I fuck hookers, I get drunk, I will not die. Like I will not
dude, he actually
no
just had a
virus will kill
stroke.
me. You know what I mean? Like I will strip down metal, I'll do fucking whatever. Holy shit, dude. So your dad would get up in the morning. This is a wild thing
He
for me.
did bust his ass though, I will say.
No, this no,
Bust
no,
his
no, no,
ass.
100%, 100%. But this is what I'm getting at. This is what I'm getting at, right? Like I mildly bust my ass. Truly, I
Yeah,
mildly bust my ass to pursue art. And that's my high. You know what
yeah,
I mean? It's like art, getting drunk, but it doesn't take me much to get drunk,
yeah.
right? And I don't do uppers, so like I'm kind of like
I'd be big into uppers if I did them. That's why I've never touched anything.
yeah, yeah. So like I like because that's where it gets tough. You do uppers, then you gotta keep on doing more downers. That's when you're drinking like bottles of liquor. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like straight up like weird type shit.
Yeah.
Benders.
Yeah, you know, like most of my life, like he went on benders,
Yeah,
obviously, but like a bender to him was bad, and
yeah.
like I'm
No,
sure there are
days,
worse people.
days, days. There are people going benders for days.
No, yeah, no, he
Yeah,
would be gone for like a week and a half.
yeah. It's like using uppers and downers and just going on the chasing the drag. But dude, that's yeah, that's so. But there are people. Here's what I'm getting at. There are people. So my motivation is art, right? My motivation is art. But I look at other people, and this is a weird thing. Like guys like your dad, right? He's like Matthew McConaughey in that movie, and that he like loves to live.
Yeah.
As crazy as it sounds, he loves to live,
No, yeah,
right?
that's why.
Like, you know what I mean?
Don't
He's not
hate him.
suicidal. Like, you know what I mean? He wants to fuck hookers. He wants to get high. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's getting up in the morning and stripping wire so he can get to some
Yeah,
hookers. Like, that's actually like that's loving to live.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? That's being like, no, I'm not going to go to bed with a dry dick.
yeah.
That's wild,
I'm not
dude.
gonna go hang out with fucking my wife.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's wild, dude. And you know what's so amazing is like now you're like a guy who has just like a regular job. You likes your booze, but hey, you also have a girlfriend. She's pregnant. You're moving out. You're
all right,
doing
beep
responsible
that.
stuff. Oh,
Beep the pregnant part.
in case you get lucky. No.
No, um,
Oh, no. What do you mean? Why? Why not?
oh, like we haven't told anybody.
Oh, got
Yeah,
it. Yeah, cut that
and
out.
so like
Boop. Cut that out.
depending on when this video, I'm not really
Sorry.
like
Sorry.
I don't care about like talking about it, like especially in comedy. I've already talked about it on stage,
Yeah.
and like, but like I don't know who the fuck is out in the world watching this.
100%,
And
100%. No, no, you don't want to do that to her, dude.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That's not right to do to her. Yeah, you gotta give her that moment that way and stuff.
yeah,
And
great girl.
but dude, like I love how. But here's what I'm getting at. Here's what I'm getting at. I think because I came from too much privilege, I'm like I'm like unfairly scared of the world because
Mm,
not unfairly scared of the world towards myself. Like I'm too much of a pussy. The word is I'm too much of a
yeah,
pussy. And your dad is too much of an animal in a fun way. You know what I mean? Animal House.
yeah,
But you're like kind of like in a weird way. You're like a real man.
yeah. I mean, I grew up. I had to
In a weird way.
raise
Like
myself.
that, like something like isn't that funny, dude? Because you're like that thing in between, like
Yeah, it's like
privilege and destruction. You know what I mean? It's
it's an
that thing
odd
right there in
place to
between.
be
Where
because
like you're like people loved me. You know what I mean? Like people loved me. Like your
yeah,
dad took you to go steal stuff. You know what I mean? Like not to be weird, right? Could have left
yeah,
you at home. You know what I mean? Or, probably you weren't useful. You know what I mean? It was just
Yeah,
like, yo, I
not
just love my kid. You
like
know what I mean? In
distracted.
that way. Yeah. But either way, not fully useful. You know what I mean? More
Yeah,
of a like, hey, just want to spend time with my son. And got to make money at the same time. Got to fuck those hookers. Like,
yeah. Look, dude,
dude,
yeah,
that's how
no,
it
it's
is,
wild.
man.
I could never
That's
live that life,
crazy.
but
No, good for you, man. Good for you, dude. Good for you for just being happy with a bottle of booze. If someone's like, dude, that's the other
and
hilarious
I won't
part,
go
right?
too far either because like I know like seen that shit. Like, it runs in my family on both sides.
Yeah.
But my
But
dad used to open his truck and flask of blackberry brandy and natural natty lights would
yeah,
fall out.
but that's what I mean, dude. If you're like, yo, like, baby, every other night I'm gonna smoke weed and get shit faced on our couch. You wanna know why? Because my dad would go fuck hookers downtown, and I don't do that shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, no,
Nah, he
like that's gotta.
dude, my mom would be home and he'd nah, she actually wouldn't be home. But like he would just bring him back to the house while like she was out at work and stuff.
No shit,
Yeah.
dude. That's fucking crazy, dude. So just a sex addict. That's wild too, man. That's wild
Yeah.
too. That's
Well, it
wild
wasn't
too.
all the time, to be fair. That was very like sporadic.
Yeah, he had to be in a weird place for that
Yeah.
shit. He had to be in a weird place for that shit. That's
Dude,
wild.
there's one I'll never forget. I don't know if I
But it's like
told
that's
this.
the way mania
Yeah.
works, right? You know what I mean? That's the way manic episodes work. You know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah,
not
no,
doing
he's
that shit for fun.
bipolar too.
Yeah, for sure.
Um
Oh, of course. If you're doing that, yeah.
my the one I'll never forget is this hooker Lorianne. She
That's wild, dude. It's great.
he
Dude, I had such a privileged life compared to you in many ways.
they were smoking crack in my living room and I realize like how insane the story is more and more every time. And he beat the shit out of her. And she ran to my neighbor's house like butt naked, like face fucked up, bleeding everywhere. Start banging on my neighbor's door. He's trying to kill me. He's trying to kill me. Call the cops. And my
And you were
dad,
there. You're just there
oh, I
watching.
was in my room, so like that I saw from like my bedroom
Yeah,
window.
yeah.
But and my dad goes, because my windows were open, so I could hear it, and it was like not
Yeah.
too far. Uh, he goes, "You're gonna believe her? She, she smokes crack."
Dude, fucking
Also, like
brilliant.
barely in his like shirtless in the middle of
Dude, this is fucking brilliant, dude.
yeah.
Everything about this is like, dude, this is real, man. This is a movie,
Yeah,
man.
and like a lot of these stories, like I've tried telling them on stage, and like I think they're funny because I grew up with it, I lived
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But then like you tell like a normal person,
Yeah, oh yeah. People are just like they're just like,
yeah,
damn,
like someone who got barked into a comedy show,
yeah. They
he's
get
like, eh.
people
Like
like
my
that.
uncle got ran over by a cop car after he got out of prison, and like they don't fucking care.
Dude, and you know what it is, man? I mean, it's a weird thing. Like guys like you, who don't break become very bendable in the world. You know what I mean? Where you're just like
Yeah,
it makes sense that you do comedy. You know what I mean? It makes sense that you're just like a functional loose cannon, which is kind of cool, man. You know
dude, I
what I
like
mean?
that terminology.
Because it's like you're very bendable. You know, you're like, I didn't break, so I
That
think you're
sounds like
very
a
bendable.
dating profile, like
Yeah.
Trump. Like what you describe yourself in 2 words: functional, or 3 words: functional loose cannon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, because it's like, yeah, man, that's like a
I'm stealing that, dude.
yeah,
That's the name of my special,
functional loose cannon, dude. Tell
dude.
your kid that one day. Like, have you ever met? Did you ever meet the comedian Zach Petrovich?
No,
Okay, dude. He's like you, man. He's just a savage dude who but like has a good heart and like has his like compass on right in that way. In the sense of like, yo, man, I'm not gonna be a dirtbag. And since he got his girlfriend pregnant, I think they're married now. But anyway, he has a son now, dude. And I always, whenever he posts pictures of him and his son together, I'm like, dude, lucky kid.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because like his dad is just this tough guy, man. And but he was the guy. He was the guy. Once again, functional. He would show up for work, but he'd be getting drunk at night. You know what I mean? But like the
yeah. I only drink
functional
two
loose
nights a
cannon.
week,
Yeah,
like
yeah. Functional loose
maybe
cannon. You know what
three.
I mean?
Fucking
But you get what I'm saying. He'd be same thing,
yeah,
3 nights a week, but
which is not the
yeah,
best,
yeah,
but like
yeah. But he'd be man,
I'm
I don't
also
know,
not getting sloshed. Like,
yeah, for sure. I mean, but he'd be really I don't know, man. I just think you're gonna be a good dad.
well, thank you, I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Whenever that happens for you, one day, who knows down the
We're
road?
not
You know what I
putting it
mean?
out,
In
are
the
we?
zeitgeist.
Might as well just keep it in.
Whenever that happens, you know what I mean? Whenever that. It could happen anytime. Dude, that's hilarious.
No, I'm lucky because she's a great mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man. Well, man, every childhood has its weird traumas, but these are weird. These are intense visuals, man. Yeah, that's crazy,
Your
dude.
dad never fucked hookers and smoked crack.
Nah, man, my
What's
trauma
crazy?
was psychological, but it was
Oh, I
bad.
got
Like,
that
it
too,
was
man.
but it was much more um Game of Thronesy because my parents had money, so
See,
yeah,
like
Game
I
of
kind of
Thronesy.
wish I had that, but in a
I don't
sense,
like it either,
in
man.
a sense,
I don't
I
wish I
think
was
it's
you either. You know what I mean, man?
well,
I'm not
no,
gonna lie.
in a sense, I do think
I don't
that's
wish I
actually
was me
worse.
or you know.
I think that might actually be worse
I have weird trauma.
because at least
I have like
I
really
know
weird
where I
trauma.
stand.
I'll tell you this is a true story about me. When I was 13 years old, my
With big fat tits.
with my big fat tits. My dad's sister falsely accused me of molesting her son. And I had to swear to God, dude, I literally had to take a professional lie detector test. There was a DC, which I passed. There was a DCF investigation. And then they dropped the whole
What the
thing,
fuck?
and the whole thing, it was a cash grab. They tried to get my grandma to give my sister, told my grandma this, and then demanded $80,000 from my grandma. And then my grandma told my dad, and my dad went to his sister, and then the whole thing got brought like to the police. Like
Yeah,
my dad's like, "Yo, like you will not be saying shit like this about my son." And I literally took a professional lie detector test. The police got involved. Swear to God.
yeah,
The cops later on apologized to my dad because they were like, "Yo, like, because they withdrew the accusation when they found out, Teresa is her name, when she found out her son was going to have to meet with a child
yeah.
psychologist. She immediately withdrew the accusation, like immediately. And then the police were even like, oh, like they apologized to my dad, because but it got
But you
brought to
definitely
DCF.
did it, right?
No, no, dude, no.
Alright.
Innocent as fuck, man. Of course. And it's actually been a major trauma in my life, man. It's like but that's rich people trauma. It's valid trauma. In fact, it's a thing that I've collected paperwork on, and I'm hoping to pursue further th- things
Dude,
on.
yeah, you're a
You know,
hustler, man. You're a hustler too.
but it's but that's rich kid trauma. And it's not like, it's psychological. It's damaging. It's
Yeah, no, like
terrible. But it's also,
psychological is often worse than the physical.
it is, but I often like to, through spirituality I've been able to
You're the
compartmentalize it.
God guy?
What?
God guy?
I believe in God, but through spirituality, I've been able to compartmentalize it. I've been able to realize, because a woman told a lie about me, and
That's
lies
why we
exist.
don't believe women.
That's why I love. A
The
lot of
big
times I do. I second guess. I question women because of my experiences, of
yeah.
course. Yeah. But because a woman lied about me, lies exist in this thing called the unreality. They affect the reality, but they exist in this thing called the unreality. And I've been able, through spirituality and through studying stuff that talks about that, to compartmentalize what happened to me,
Mhm.
in a healthy way through spirituality, literally through. I grew up Catholic, but I left that. I'm not Catholic at all. Like I said, tarot cards. I'm
I
a
mean, I'm Catholic, but
crazy.
or I consider myself Catholic, even though
See?
reading tarot is like forbidden.
That's the thing. So I don't consider myself Catholic at
Yeah.
all, but I grew up in it, very heavily in it. I like very. My parents were very right wing Catholic, very 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 right wing Catholic, and
Dude, that's another thing about my dad. He would pretend to be. He was like, oh, I'm super far left. I'm super far left, and then like was a neo-Nazi.
oh wow,
Yeah, and like I always thought like it was a joke because like he had black friends and whatever. Like, but he was genuinely like a neo-Nazi, and like
wow,
he had like we had like he had like all the swastikas He had like a Hitler SS soldier's ring he would wear,
No shit.
and
So was he like a part of like any like underground
no,
group?
he was just racist. He was just racist as fuck, dude.
He just collected the memorabilia.
Yeah, he did it for the love of the game.
That dude, clip that shit. That's hilarious, actually. Nice. Fucking hey, dude. Wow. That's heavy, man. See, that's what I mean, man. Like I went through, and also like like my aunt did it because she was a greedy bitch, and so I like you understand
Also,
weird
only
psychological motives.
$80,000. Like I feel like,
Well, it probably would have been more. You know what I mean? There
yeah,
was like a a starting extortion fee. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and then it just goes on every like 6 months.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
20K
Yeah,
here.
whatever it is, you know what I mean? That thing. And thank God for my grandma. Hey, my grandma is my hero because she, instead of paying, she brought it to my dad and was like, no, like, let's figure this out. And my dad brought it to me, and I'm like, no, of course I'm innocent. And then the lie detector test, and then DCF, and the rest, like I said, and then they withdrew the
You said you were
accusation.
what, 13?
13, yeah, and then they withdrew the
Formative years
accusation.
too.
Formative years, man. I kind of hate my father because he didn't pursue my innocence more. He didn't punish his sister more. He After she withdrew the allegation, they kicked her out of the family. She wasn't around. She wasn't allowed around anymore. She was gone. But here's the thing: is that like nobody wanted her around
Yeah, to
anyway,
begin
right?
with. Yeah.
Well, not even that. It was a big family. A lot of people had money. People are like, I don't want that crazy bitch around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want her around. She falsely accused Joe. I don't want her around. So everyone kicked her out, and but I don't think she wanted to be there anyway. I think she
She saw what
I
she
think
can
she had
get.
her own traumas, and for whatever reason, you know what I mean, and she hated the family and she wanted out. Like she hated the family before she falsely accused me. She hated them before. And so I think she wanted out anyway. So like she didn't care. And so in a weird way, it's like the motive to have her, my family was like, "Oh, we kicked her out. That's what we did for you."
Mm,
And I'm like, but you didn't want her around, and she didn't want to be around.
yeah,
So I was like, it's not, because here's the thing: is my grandma died eventually, and she came to the funeral, and no one stopped her. She came to the funeral,
yeah.
and she sat in the front with the family, and they didn't want to look bad in front of the town because they had money, and I refused to sit with the family because they let
They
her
all
sit
sat with
there.
her. Yeah.
They let her sit there, for the show, and
The show.
and
Their
then
funerals, the show.
and so I sat in the very back of the funeral, man, and it's that's a big trauma in my life too, is sitting in the back of the funeral. Once again, psychological traumas, and once again through spirituality, I realized that these problems, a woman falsely accused me, so this false accusation, because it's a lie, it exists in this thing called the unreality. So because there's psychological traumas, I should be able, through things like spirituality, I should be able to rise above
Yeah.
them mentally. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm addicted to comedy and the arts and things of this nature,
Yeah, you
man.
work a lot,
That's
man.
like,
You also have
kids.
a film.
Oh, dude, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, didn't die. Didn't die as a film that I made with my friends, and I'm a producer on the film. It went to Sundance, 2025. It was an official selection in the Midnights. We were in the movie. The another movie that premiered in the Midnights was that one Together with Dave Franco.
Okay.
Yeah. So another one, Opus, with John Lithgow. And then I didn't see it. But either way, it was literally one of 8 movies in the Midnights, which is one of the biggest categories at Sundance, one of their
Yeah.
major categories, and it is coming out to theaters. It premiered at Sundance in January 2025, but it is now coming out to theaters in select AMC theaters. We're starting our theatrical run, and it's going to start in select AMC theaters in most major cities. Select AMC theaters in most major cities. Um, in New York City, the Times Square AMC. In New York City, the
That's
Times Square
nuts, dude.
AMC for sure. And it opens up on March 6th. Preview screenings are the night before. There's 2 preview screenings the night before on Thursday. And then the showing on Friday, March 6th. There is still some tickets available, a few, but they're going fast. That is the premiere
Mhm.
screening for theatrical release. The premiere was at Sundance, but the premiere screen for theatrical release, and it's going to be at the AMC in Times Square. And the director, Mira Menon, a close friend of mine, she's the director. Her husband Paul is a producer on the film, and the cinematographer Mira is also a producer on the film. She's going to be there. Paul's going to be there. Mira's going to be doing a Q&A. Another producer on the film, Luke Patton, my best friend, he's going to be there. And also Kieran Deal, who's the star of the movie. Kieran Deal, who's the star of the movie. She was on a show once with Cal Penn on TBS for like a season. Yeah, and she's gonna be there as well, and maybe some more surprise guests were promised.
Yeah, we'll see.
Wow.
What's the plot?
It is a zombie movie. And so what it is it's a zombie universe. So it begins where there's a couple with a baby and they get attacked by zombies. And then you cut to this family who's living together. And it's a world where the zombies only come out at night, so they don't come out during the
I
day.
Am Legend style.
Yeah, but that's a vampire movie, but same idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
they only come out at night, not during the day. And but yeah, it's actually interesting. Because it's vampires, not zombies, but yes,
Yeah.
exactly the same thing. So then, some of the zombies, because they're mutating, zombies are always mutating. Some of them start to come out during the day, and so there's this idea of, oh, the world's changing. We have to now leave our safe haven. And the couple that got attacked at the beginning with a baby, this new family that's living together, they find that baby, and the baby is the director's daughter, who was literally a
Yeah.
baby, which is kind of wild. Like we literally filmed it with like a baby. So director's daughter. That's why a big reason they made the movie was to be like, yo, we're literally documenting our family like
Yeah.
right now, you know? And her cousin is one of the stars in it. And so anyway, it's this family, they find the baby and they're like, oh, we found a baby, and zombies are coming out during the day, so we got to leave with a baby now. And but also, I'm not going to ruin anything. There's a couple of zombie relatives they have that they have to
Take care of.
whatever they have to. Yeah, I'm not going to ruin it. I'm not
They
going
have
to
to
ruin
falsely accuse them.
it. They have to put them to pasture. They have to
They
send
have
them to the
to
farm.
extort your grandma
They
for
have to-
$80,000.
I love this is my promotion. This is like now my promotion involves my childhood trauma. Well, anyway, so
There's this one zombie. He has to take a lie detector test. Oh, all right.
so they have to escape the situation with this baby, and some people make it out, and some people don't. Again, I'm not gonna ruin
Yeah.
it, and it's all that,
It's a
and
comedy, you said.
it's a comedy too. It's a zombie comedy. It leans more comedy than
Comedy.
horror. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a dramedy, you would say, in that way that there's
Like
death and
Zombieland.
stuff. Yes,
So it's
to a
I
lot
Am Legend meets Zombieland.
in a lot of ways, yeah. Yeah, truly, in a lot of ways, yeah. Done with an indie budget, you know what I mean? So, definitely we don't have the amount of
Bad.
zombies
Yeah.
that Zombieland had. But with through CGI, we find some clever
Yeah.
tricks and all that to show, oh, there's a bunch of zombies in this world and stuff like that. And so, but it's a great movie. It won Sundance. It's made for a shoestring budget.
I'm gonna see it,
Um,
dude. I'm going to see it.
yeah,
And if it
I haven't
sucks,
seen
I'm
it.
gonna let you know.
Please do. I have a scene in it.
You
And
going that like premiere night?
yes, and I'm actually gonna get an AMC Stubs membership and go every single night during its run, which is only 1 week. It's only 1 week at AMC Selects. Then it goes to indie theaters after that, and then streaming, and it'll end up somewhere. It'll end up on a streaming
Yeah.
service, which will actually be crazy because then I'll have an actual streaming like I'll be able to go on comedy shows and be like, no,
Netflix.
like
Yeah.
actual Netflix, actual Hulu,
Yeah.
actual Amazon Prime, actual like this thing.
Dude, let me know when you're going. I'll go.
I'm just like, thank you. Oh hell yeah,
I'll
dude.
take my girl. We'll go.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'll send you the link, and if you want to go opening night, it's the same price as going the other night, and you have to actually meet some Hollywood folk.
Yeah.
That one, you know what I mean? Hang out, and there's still seats left. So yeah. And if you want to go, the back row is still completely open, which is kind of weird because
It's usually the first.
well, the second to back row was the first one that went,
Yeah.
and then the back row is still completely open, and then like everything filled up. So I think people thought because the second back row went first immediately, I think they thought like the back row was like haunted or something.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of weird how like it's almost full, but there's like still a bunch of seats left in like the first two rows and then the back row, which is kind of weird. It's
Yeah.
like those are the only two things that aren't sold out. But yeah, the very back row, which in an AMC theater is fucking good no matter what, man. They're not putting a wall directly behind it,
Yeah. Dude, that's nuts. I didn't even know about this fucking movie.
Dude, it's yeah, it didn't die. It's just Sundance indie movie, man. But it's Hollywood, man. It's a Screen Actors Guild movie.
So you're Jewish?
I'm 25% actually.
Yeah.
You know what?
See?
Yeah, man, it's how it works. You know, we got that magical way
The
about it.
mysticism.
The mysticism, yeah, carries over when we
Yeah.
apply to Sundance. But you know what? Actually, so I just finished the script. I'm gonna try to get an agent and manager. For either being a writer. I'm actually doing this next week because I want to be like, hey, come see my movie, which comes out next week. You know what I mean? Like, please represent me.
Yeah.
Come go see my movie next week. Here's my script. You know what I mean? Literally read my script, go see my movie, or go see my movie, then read a script, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, but like it's literally next week. Here's the Fandango. Or comes out on the 6th. Here's the Fandango link. Like, please, please, please. All that. Anyway, it'll be in theaters for 1 week. Please, all that. So I'm just gonna agents and managers. I'm gonna try to get I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm a producer, I'm a writer, and I'm an actor. I have a scene in the movie. Here's my
Yeah.
scene. You know what I mean? I'm a producer of the movie, and here's a script that I wrote. Um, Take me on because I'm all three things. And the reason I think they will is because Mira, who directed this movie, she's directed a whole bunch of TV. She's directed like episodes of like Westworld and The Walking Dead, The Man in the High Castle, like just a bunch of like shows. I mean, Miss Marvel, she directed episodes of that. She's a TV director. That's how she is a director. But anyway, long story long, I think a agent or manager is gonna be like, okay, if I take this guy on, he has three things I can sell him for: writer, producer. He has a sample script, so writer, producer, and actor. And worst comes to worst, he just produces and acts in Mirror Minute
Yeah.
movies for the rest of his life. And if I take him on, I get 10% of that till this dude dies,
Yeah.
as a fucking gimme. You know what I mean? And so in my mind, I'm like, I hope somebody takes me on based on that.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
kind of my
I
thing.
don't know. I think you got a pretty strong case, but I don't fucking know anything. You could just be lying right now and be like, "Yeah,
Uh,
I've seen you're just
oh,
get shot in the fucking face in 2 seconds."
I can show it to you after this because I have it on my phone. I guess my buddy, one of the other producers just sent it to me on my phone because I have the screener link and everything. Because I got to tomorrow I'm gonna be cold calling a bunch of indie theaters because it does its AMC run and then I'll eventually go to streaming. But in the meantime, I
Get
can
some more
lobby the
money.
indie
Do
theaters.
you pay for it or they just pay you? How does that work?
Well, right now, we have to see how it does in theaters. Right now we sold it at a loss, but if it makes a bunch of money in theaters, then we make money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Didn't sell it at a loss, but you get the idea.
Yeah, and
Like,
then
it's
streaming
like
you'll recoup
it's
whatever.
like a let's see how it does sort of deal, basically. So it's not sold at a loss. It's just a sold at like, we're going to theaters, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, and all that and stuff. So a distribution company brings you to theaters and does all the things and brings you to streaming and for that,
And you wrote the
they
script for
do a
this
bunch of
movie?
work, and if it does good, then you do good too, And but it's not money out of our pocket, right? You know what I mean? It's other people taking that risk.
Did you write the script for this one?
Um, so Mira and Paul wrote the script. Mira's the director, Paul's the cinematographer, her husband, and they're both also producers. And they brought me on right after they wrote the script, like right afterwards. I was the first producer on, and so in that way, I was like the first person to read the script. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so in a lot of ways, and then when you're the first producer on, you have a lot of effect on the movie because a lot of times what's in the script it just isn't available. Like
Yeah.
a lot of times, like what's in the script
And
just
something just could happen and then it's kind of like an improv line or something.
not even that, but it's just like a lot of locations that are in the script. It's just that doesn't
Oh,
exist. Like
exist.
you can't even find it. You know what I mean?
Okay, I thought you were
And
saying
so
like
and so you kind of as a producer, you kind of have to take the script, and as the first producer in, you're what's called the creative producer. You kind of have a lot of creative decision making in the sense that it's like, hey, I know this scene takes place in a drugstore, but what if it takes place in an abandoned RV? You know what I mean? Like, because you're just rating for a first aid kit, right? You know
yeah.
what I mean? So we don't have a drugstore, but we do have an abandoned RV
Yeah.
that would also have a first aid kit. It just doesn't make sense for the story. You
Yeah.
just need a first aid kit, right? You know what I mean? And so shit like that, right? You know what I mean? But shit like that. The big thing for me as a producer, what happened was this was a huge thing as a producer. The big get that I got, we need a town. We need to shut down the whole town because it's a zombie movie, right? And I went to this town, the village of Goshen, New York, and the police chief in the town, this guy, Chief Watt, he effectively he I get there, start taking pictures of the place. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I want to shoot a movie here." He's like, "Well, come and talk to me." I say no to everybody. He doesn't say no to everybody, but you get the idea. But anyway, I start telling him about the movie, and I get to the word zombie, and his pen stops. And turns out this guy, Chief of Police of the Village of Goshen, New York, his life dream was for a zombie movie to be shot in the Village of Goshen, New York. In fact, he's been the chief of police for like super long because
Yeah.
he told himself, I won't retire until this happens. Okay.
And he just knew.
I came in, I said the word zombie. Dude, he gave me every deal he possibly could. We had street shut down for like no
Yeah.
money with cops and stuff. Like it was like literally, it was like, I'm not even joking, like $500,000 worth of deals on a handshake. And he was a zombie in the movie, and just stuff that, like, in any other town they would have taken you for a ride, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like,
Well, it
all
would've
these
been crap,
fees for,
too.
but he's like, no, no, like, my cops are working for free on this, like, they're just working for their pay for the hours and stuff, and even the cops are like, this is for the chief, like,
Yeah.
they were like, literally, they knew this was like this dude's life dream. He was the nicest guy in the entire
Yeah.
world, and it's just this nice tiny town called the Village of Goshen, New York. Nothing happens
Yeah.
there, you know
What is
what I
that
mean?
shit?
Yeah, upstate, yeah, but it's like, they got a big police force because it's like the town is, everyone is rich, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like literally nothing happens. It's a town center that's gorgeous, right?
Mhm.
Everyone wants to shoot there because the town is just gorgeous, right? But the townspeople are picky. They don't want people shooting there,
Yeah.
right? But everyone wants to shoot there. But then, dude, I said the magic word zombie, and dude, the whole town. He took me to meet the mayor. He took me to meet the mayor to
That's
get the
crazy.
approval. He literally, the second I said the word zombie, he goes, "Do you have time to see the whole town?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He threw me in his police cruiser. He took me to see the mayor to get approval that day. Literally 20 minutes after I said
Yeah.
the word zombie. And that's what happened is we started with this idea, man, and I went up and I took a gamble, dude. And this guy,
It's
Chief,
meant to be.
man, dude, sometimes, man, I gotta tell you, man, I traded dreams with a dude.
Yeah.
As crazy as it sounds, I straight up traded dreams with a dude. And I always talk about this. Sometimes you just walk into the right guy's office with the right pitch on the right day,
Yeah.
dude. Like, as crazy as it sounds, where a guy's like, you know what? I've been waiting my whole life for you. What the fuck? So
Just get it together, Pat.
yeah. Oh man. But yeah, man. So that's all I. And my other thing that I got going on, of course. Justin's gonna be on it this coming Sunday. It is the Renegade Shootout stand-up show. Justin's gonna be on this coming Sunday, and it's dude, it is a show at Pioneers Bar, which is the bar for the People's Improv Theater, the Pit, the Pit
Yeah, I was
Theater.
gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, it's their actual bar.
Oh, so I'm gonna bomb, dude.
Yeah. No,
I'm
you're
not.
gonna
I'm
do
not
great.
pit friendly.
Oh no, no, no! But this is the Pit Bar show, so it's completely like you can do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? This
All
is
right.
yeah, this is not
I'll do some neo-Nazi dad material.
do it, do the neo-Nazi damage show. You can definitely do it here because this is just this is the Dirty Bar show. This is the
I love bar shows.
yeah, the
I
Pit
love
one.
because they're so bad normally.
Oh yeah. This one's terrible. It's terrible, but it's a really good venue. It's good
Yeah.
real estate. You know what I mean? And but terrible, still equally as terrible. So yeah.
Really know I sell this fucking thing. I used to do a show on Long Island at this bar called Lila's,
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
and
I bet comedy on Long Island is just legendary, dude. I bet it's so good.
I'm not in like the bar show scene.
Oh really? Okay.
But
Really, I would have thought it would have been fucking
even at the
crazy for the
clubs,
bar
dude,
show.
it's like anyone who's like decent from Long Island tends to come to the city. There's
Yeah.
probably like 5 like solid comics I know out there.
God, they're just kind of out there because they're
Yeah,
just out there
and there's a
for
lot of
it.
like mid comics. Like
Yeah,
I
fair
feel
enough,
like
fair enough.
you start on Long Island, you get to like mid so much quicker than you would
Any place else.
get, but you're stuck there.
Yeah.
It's just like you're capped at 50%.
Jersey's the same way, but Jersey you get good. Jersey comics are
Yeah,
good. I bet like
but it's
Connecticut
also
comics are
like
the same way.
close. It's in between Philly and New York.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Jersey comics are really good. But yeah, you're right. A lot of but yeah, Philly's a good city. Philly's puts out good comics.
yeah, I want to go to Philly.
Philly's a good scene. I want to go to Detroit, man. That's a scene that I want to check out.
I want to go to Detroit too,
I think that
but
scene would
I
be
just
fucking.
think, yeah,
I think that scene would be would be dope, dude. Yeah, because they have a big. I love improv, so I do tons of improv, and they have a. I do. In fact, I do probably more improv than stand up.
Yeah. We-
And I love improv. And Detroit has a huge improv scene because at one point there's no second city there now, but at one point there was a second city, and they graduated a ton of people, and those people started other
Yeah.
improv places, and so now there's like 4 or 5 improv places in Detroit alone, which is like
Well,
a
we only
lot.
have we have like 4 or 5 here though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
It's
So they
what
have like
UCB, Second City, Pitt, Magnet Theater,
UCB, Second City,
and
Pitt, Magnet Theater, and BCC.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And then there's like some like I think there's like a improv asylum here, but I don't even know if there's no business anymore. But yeah, really those five. Really just those
yeah,
five that I just mentioned. And I think Detroit has like four, which is kind of crazy to
yeah.
think about.
And then you have like small indie ones or whatever. Like
Yeah,
people who
these
have
like
their own
really
troops, but
yeah, yeah, stuff like that. These really, really, really they're like open like 3 days a week, and they're like hidden in the
yeah.
village. You'll see it's like improv, beyond improv, what I mean, upstairs, like, what the fuck's this? But yeah, yeah, the
There's
three,
nothing to fucking do in Detroit. I'm just, dude. My dad would have been so good at improv.
huh? Your dad probably would have been so good at improv because that is like a thing that a like if you're like a career Robert Downey Jr. style criminal.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like not a bad criminal. You know what I mean? Like a Robert Downey Jr. style criminal.
yeah.
Like a movie.
Because like you know
If you're like
everything.
that,
You
you have
know a
to
little
be like
about everything.
you have to have like a cell. You have to always
Yeah,
be an actor. Yeah, you're a con man. You know what I mean? That's really what we are. In order to get the medal to fuck the hookers, dude.
dude. He was a
That's
funny
great,
guy. Like my dad, dude, like he would make up slurs, man. It was so
dude. That's hilarious.
and like no, it's like the worst part about it. Like growing up, I always thought it was a joke, even when it was serious.
The
Bec-
slurs,
well, everything,
everything. Yeah. Oh yeah,
and
yeah. It's funny, right? Yeah, yeah. Of course.
and like everything that was like
That
bad,
makes
like
sense.
I just rationalized it as a joke because, like I said, like he was super racist, but like he had like there were black
Yeah.
people around the house and stuff. Granted, it was either like there were just people he was selling drugs from or buying
Yeah.
drugs from, and like anyone who wasn't white was that.
And to
Even the
some
white
degree,
friend, dude, this white dude who was like recurring customer. His name was Richie. He one time he came into dude. He comes in, walks into my house without like knocking anything. My dad's not home, and just starts making him a sandwich, making a sandwich with our food. And my mom's like, "Yo, why the fuck are you in my house? And why are you making a sandwich?" And he goes, "Shut up, bitch. I pay your bills." Isn't that crazy?
dude, that's wild,
And
dude.
then my mom bugged the fuck out naturally. He
Yeah.
was like, "Get the fuck out of my house." He said, "Butter your bread. I'm the one who butters your bread." He
Wow.
goes, "I butter my own bread. You're not gonna take food out of my children's mouth." And like, what wigged out.
That's crazy, dude. This is the guy who would just buy drugs off your dad, huh?
Yeah, but they would hang out. Like
Yeah,
they bought drugs, and,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
and then they did them. Well, yeah, he'd have a yard sale every weekend. We go there. Dude, he has a Trump flag out. I passed by his house. He lives in the same house. Um,
yeah.
no,
No, it's other.
just Richie on Atlantic Avenue in Baldwin, and he has a UFC flag.
A
At,
UFC.
yeah, like Ultimate Fighting Championship. He has it like faded, like old as fuck, faded. A Trump flag and an American flag outside his house.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious, dude.
I was like,
I gotta meet this guy,
yeah.
dude. That's a guy to do a podcast with.
I like the thing is like I want to do shit like that, but then it's like I shoot in my house. I don't want this person in my house.
Yeah,
We have one sketch. We don't have the episode. Like we didn't put it out, but this one fucking dude here was fucking. Well, I don't even know that kid's name. It's one of my old co-hosts, like
dude. Since
his
everything's
friend.
portable, you should just go to these places. You should go out to Long Island and meet with these people and be like, "What the fuck was that, dude?" That would actually be hilarious, Justin. If you're just like literally talking to people and being like, do you ever like think about like who you are?
Yeah,
Like no, like that ass, right? Like the like you were the guy.
See,
You
I
went
would
into
talk
my house,
mad
made a
shit.
sandwich. And you were like, I said to my mom, "I butter your bread." Like, dude, this is funny to me as an adult because you're like a cartoon character. But like, do you ever just think about
Yeah,
yourself in that way? You know what I
ever
mean?
just
Like,
think about like you're someone else's story.
yeah, totally, yeah.
That's like the worst moment, like when you realize, like, oh, this is a story someone else is going to tell.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fucking.
I hate that.
I'm not waiting for. I feel. Thank God. I feel for the most part. I'm that way in a good way, in the
Well,
sense
no,
that
I'm
people are
saying
like
like
he's dopey.
in like
You know
a
what I mean? I'm just
bad
like,
way. Like if
yeah,
I like me like doing something in comedy, if I get like, oh yeah, he did this, he did that, I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah. But if it's like, oh he fucking hit some Japanese guy on the train, right? This guy fucking yeah, you never believe it. This guy fucking farted real loud in the train and then punched a Japanese guy in the
yeah.
face. Hey,
No,
I've
yeah.
never done that to be fair, but
No, you're right. There is a Ed Farrell who is the used to be the owner of what's the one in used to be the owner of Old Man Hustle, which became whatever
oh
Williams
what are you saying,
he became that guy, man. He like when he was early on, he used to say the N word on stage a lot. Dude, people started calling him.
Yeah,
His name is Edward Farrell, and people started calling him N word Fail.
yeah,
N word. His name's Edward Farrell. And people started calling him N word Farrell,
yeah.
and which is a great thing about that. But like he was like people. So he was on like a bunch of drugs, I guess, and then
Yeah.
people like kind of kept their distance from him, and then he got clean, and then he bought a club, and then so but people didn't know how. But like even though he like got clean and bought a club, I don't know. I guess a lot
You
of people
still
say
have
he
the
was still a lot of
tendencies.
people say he was still a dirtbag. But either way, my whole point is that like he never really shook that whole
Yeah.
initial thing, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of people when they get sober, they're crazier.
That is actually, you know what? Sometimes I'll tell you this, man. That's one thing about me, man, where it's kind of like my I always laugh about my vices, dude, because my vices really are just like weed, laziness, and like copious amounts of liquor. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'll drink like man, sometimes. Like, dude, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't know, I probably am, but you get the idea.
I have a
Um, um,
problem. You have a problem.
but
Sorry.
but like I'll literally sit at home and just throughout the course of a night down like 8 shots of cheap vodka. Like
Yeah.
while eating and like getting work done and blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
I'll
just
go
ate a
for a walk
massive
like
meal
this.
before this. I'm like trying to finish my beer, and I'm just like, fuck, it's just like stuck in my throat.
But dude, I'll go through booze, man. Like I really will. But I guess in a weird way, I hate that, and I smoke so much fucking weed, dude, all day long. All day long, I smoke weed like a
What's a
chimp.
bagel?
But dude, I sometimes feel guilty about that shit. But then
Why would you feel guilty about smoking weed?
but what I'm getting at is then I realize I'm like, oh, I'm not buying hookers. You know what I mean? I don't even look at porn. I just fucking jerk off like 2, 3 times a
You're
day.
a fucking psycho. But you don't look at porn. You jerk off 3 times a day.
I jerk off when I wake up, and then I jerk off another time when I take a shower. So it's like right when I wake up, I jerk off.
Yo, shower fucking
Shower,
thing
jerk
is
off,
crazy.
and conditioner. And the conditioner is not shampoo. That'll chafe your dick.
Yeah, but dude, 'cause I used to jerk off with conditioner when I was in like when I was first discovering masturbation.
Uh,
Dude, that shit burns if it gets in your dick hole.
nah,
I don't know.
conditioner
I
is
also use VO2 or VO5,
uh,
whatever it's called.
no, conditioner is a good girlfriend. And so I'll wake up in the morning, I'll jerk off, and then again in the shower, and then usually again right before I go to bed.
Y-
Sometimes twice before I go to bed. So like 4 times a day.
Yo,
Sometimes.
what's the weirdest thing you've jerked off with? I used toothpaste once. Toothpaste, shaving cream.
Maybe olive oil at one
Because
point. uh,
I saw the Trojan Icy Hot commercials
nah.
when I was like 11. I
Uh,
was just like, yeah, I should use toothpaste.
I mean, I'll probably say maybe like I mean olive oil probably.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I don't think toothpaste is pretty bad. Put icy hot on my balls one time too,
Yeah.
but that wasn't a sexual thing. That was just a dare.
I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. I'm trying to I remember I was in a whirlpool like bathtub once, you know what I mean? And I kind of like
Fuck
put
the
my
jet.
yeah, fuck the jets and kind of put my like dick not up to the jet directly, but within line fire of like the you
Oh,
know
that's not that bad. You didn't come on that though.
if you put it like near the jets, just the passing by, not like in like it'll hurt if you put it
Yeah,
like directly on the jet, but like in passing by, it like and you're hard, dude, and I must have been like I was young, like 16, 17, dude, and fucking you like it's easier to come, it's easier to stay hard back then, all that and stuff, and
telling me,
yeah,
brother.
that's so that's I was able to come, so I guess like bath jets and olive oil. I was trying
Bath jets and
trying to think of the
uh,
weirdest places that I ever jerked off.
oh yeah, I'm not gonna disclose that,
Uh,
but there have been some adventurous ones.
I've definitely been to strip clubs where chicks have jerked me off years ago. I haven't been to strip clubs in
Yeah,
years, but years ago, I would go to a strip club in New Jersey, and there would just be ladies there that would. I went there a couple times, and there was ladies there that they would just jerk you off for a little bit extra, for a little extra coin.
not even that much actually.
Not even that
Throw in
much.
that,
What they would do
throw him a
is,
nice little 20.
you know what they would do is, yeah, it would be like an extra like $35, $40. They would
Might
just
as
jerk
well.
you off. Yeah.
You're gonna get another lap dance anyway.
That's the thing is like they just it'd be like lap dance would be like $40 and they just be like for like a $40 tip I'll jerk you off and that yeah
Worked
and
at a strip club. Taco.
and
Yeah,
I'll tell you
you
what
want
though,
you
it
want to
was,
spend
you know what it was.
$40 total to fuck?
You know what it
Go
was,
down
but
to
the strip club that I
Roosevelt
went
Avenue.
to too, it was these strippers, they weren't top tier, but they were top tier for me because they were like a little bit fatter and kind of
Yeah,
milfier. You know what I mean?
Section 8 strippers.
They were like 37, and I was like this, and at the time I was like early 30s, so I was like, this kind of hot because I believe that these women actually want to fuck me.
Yeah,
That was kind of the vibe at the time,
yeah, because they're
basically.
so beneath you.
But that's where I found out they jerked you off because they would just offer to. And one of them even she was just jerking me off, and then that's why I got addicted to the place, man, because I got convinced that these strippers liked me because not liked me, but that I was hot or something. Because the first one, she was jerking me off. And then she like took off her own panties, which she didn't have to do. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And then she took my hand and put it down on her pussy to like rub her pussy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, this chick's into this,
yeah,
because she's like doing shit that's like I'm into this, like you didn't pay for this, like I just want this for me. And so then because I had that, it's like a beginner's luck thing. That was the
yeah,
first time I went there, and so I'm like, oh, this is what this place is, a place where I'm a hot John for the strippers,
yeah.
what I mean? So then I became like low key, not addicted, but I went back there like 4 or 5 more times. And then I was like, oh no, these strippers don't like me
Yeah.
like that.
They just want to get
I'm not
lunch
the
for their
belle of the
kids.
ball for these ladies. So I just kind of quit that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
You just caught one when she was ovulating.
Yeah, you know what's weird, man? When you're a young dude, like women can fool you like that, man. Like one chick acts a certain way and you think the world is like that for like 2 or 3 more situations, and then you're like, oh, it's not how the world works at
Nope.
all.
Sometimes you
Um
learn the hard way.
Yeah, dude, fucking you like thank God for whores though, you know what I mean? That are like that, that give you those good experiences,
That just do it
so
for the love of the game.
yeah, we're like, oh, you're actually into like being a stripper and like dancing for me, like you're actually like this literally turned into a hookup session, like not full on, but like some sort of low key enjoyable
Yeah.
shit for you too. Yeah.
They just want your fucking money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's at the end of the day. That's
All
all it
all
comes down to.
women. No, I mean not going to a misogynistic rant.
No, I mean, I mean, it's somewhere. I've met. I'll tell you, man. I've met some great ladies, man. I had a relationship once
It
that really
sounds like it.
healed me. I know, right? Yeah, that really healed me psychologically. She ended up dumping me in the end, but at least I was like, you know what? I think that lady actually really liked me for me, and that kind of helped me out a lot psychologically. You know,
We're back
we're back. I'm
with
just losing my
seven deadly
buffer.
sins.
Dude, you know what I want to you know what I want to do is I want to there was all those protests for George Floyd.
Where the fuck did this come out? We were just talking about the meaning of life. I guess I see where things.
Oh, we can talk about that. We can talk about
No, no, no. Go on. No, I'm very curious what you have to say.
I was thinking about this, man. Like it goes to show you because we know about Jeffrey Epstein, we know how like orchestrated shit is. Like no one's taking to the streets over this like they did for George Floyd because
Yeah,
it's not these organizations that are like funding protests for this. Because all these organizations have
we're
been
involved.
infiltrated by donors like Bill Gates and
Thank you.
stuff, right? And so we have to like organize ourselves. And I'm like, yo, this is like anyone can take the helm of this shit. And I'm like, why don't
Yeah,
comedians
three
start an Eventbrite?
three
And like,
thousand people stormed the streets of New York protesting, demanding the release of the Epstein files.
what was
Next
that?
week, and then the next week, 3,000 3,000 protesters killed themselves last
Uh,
night. Hey,
Well, you know what it is, man, is like so Jeffrey Epstein lived in New York City. He lived right next to Central Park, like 1 block from Central Park. And so tons of New York City officials, tons of cops, tons of powerful people in this city aided and abetted what he was doing. Like he would put his victims in apartments near his house in Central Park. And so there was tons of people like in on this. And those people New York City is not investigating that at all. And as New York City citizens, this isn't like a pipe dream. This isn't being like, yo, man, I like the UN needs to do something, blah, blah, blah. This is like, yo, man, I live here, I pay taxes. Like, what
yeah,
the fuck? Like, why is like the city not investigating this? And in a weird way, it's like it literally is doing a protest in your own backyard, demanding your own police force actually do something about a
yeah.
thing.
Well,
Which is
the
like,
the
I'm like,
reason is fucking. It's the biggest reason. A, money, and B, who they're getting the money. He was getting the money from.
yeah.
They,
But I mean, for organizing for a protest, it's like I think that's just an Eventbrite,
yeah, or whatever the fuck party.
article,
That's exactly
article,
what
yeah,
couldn't remember. Yeah, no, it's just
invite away. Like, we're gonna be here and just start to do it every Sunday. And even if the first Sunday there's like 100 people there, I guarantee, man, by the time the summer comes around, dude, it'll be a fucking party, dude. Of people just being like, yo, man, I'm coming here to get drunk to demand that Epstein people go to prison.
yeah,
Dude, how much fun is that to get drunk on a Sunday for like what's a better cause than
yeah. You know
that?
what was
To
wild?
like
I was in when I was in like doing the Black Lives Matter protests. They were on Long Island,
yeah.
and we there was one in Merrick. We fucking went on the like we went like we kind of got like the police kept trying to cut us off because they like went off like the path, and we went onto the Southern State Parkway and stopped traffic in both directions for like
No shit.
30 minutes.
Dude, that's cool.
And,
That's
and
what I
but like
mean, man.
there was the crazy part. People were just getting fucking hammered
That's
during
what
it.
I'm saying, dude.
And I
This
was
is
like,
what I mean.
that's
And it's like,
nuts.
but like, here's the thing: is like you're showing up, right? Like that's half the battle. It's just like
Yeah,
showing up to the thing and representing stuff, right? So it's like, yo, man, we all want to get hammered on a Sunday anyway, and if we get together, we can do it for cheap in the streets. And why not do it demanding that the city literally, dude? If you start making people like Rudy Giuliani go to jail for aiding and abetting Jeffrey Epstein, that be or where there's a warrant out for their arrest in New York City and where Trump has to give a pardon, that would be like nuts, dude,
yeah,
if you could like push it to that level. Sadly, Trump is gonna pardon anyone who gets that level, but either way, you can push it to that level
yeah. But you
and
can
you can
just
be
wait
the
2 years and then
and then elect new people,
yeah,
elect new people.
and then
But
do it.
not just that. You're Occupy Wall Street. If you're the people who do it at the ground level, you then see what it becomes later on. You know what I mean? You're just like the pioneers of some
Yeah,
weird shit that like meaning like if we as comedians organize this protest and just put it on Particle and everything like that, you'll see like politicians come out of it and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Things that make big differences like 25 years from now.
Yeah.
Because dude, we're relatively young, man. I'm 42, man. 25 years from now, I'm the ripe age to be making decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, 60 something years old. That's like the ripe age for like someone to be. I would love to be a politician, man. I would love
I think
to.
we need younger politicians, but like I'm not saying like everyone's like, oh, you need younger. Younger right now is 60,
Yeah, that's what
like
I mean.
as
Yeah.
a politician, but like we need 30-year-olds. Like,
I think 70 is too old. 60, 50, and 60 is like good ages for like, I know what's going on. Because
well,
you
what
still got
JFK was like 45, right?
yeah.
Isn't
40 is good. 40 is good.
I'm
Anything
assuming
above
JD
40 is good.
Vance is
Yeah.
probably around the same.
Anything from 40 to 65, you're in the game, you're in the hustle. Anything past that, you're kind of corrupt because you're trying to secure your
Yeah.
bag a
But I feel
little
like
bit.
if you're 35 or what,
Yeah.
36 is the legal age you can start running for president.
Really? That's
Yeah.
at 36, huh?
If like you do that, like you're still setting your convictions at that point.
Yeah. If at 36,
Unless like you're easily corruptible by money, but I don't think that really
I actually
varies
don't
by age.
think a 30, well, you know what? I think a 36-year-old is mostly set in their convictions, but I will say this. I don't believe any 36-year-old, though they might be set in their convictions, I don't think they're set in their courage yet, which is another interesting thing. I wouldn't say some 36-year-olds are. Don't get me wrong, some 36-year-olds are prodigies and they're set in their courage. But I know for me at
What do
36,
you mean by setting your courage?
I mean, I don't give in to peer pressure at all now, but when I was 36, I gave in to peer pressure more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean you cut off your tits because
yeah,
of other people.
yeah, no, it's really like that. But also just like changing my opinions, policing my own language a little bit. You know what I mean? Like in order to make other people happy. Now I don't really do that shit. But when I was 36, I did it some more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit like
I
that.
definitely curb mine, but that's just because I'm trying to get better at it for myself. I'm not
Uh,
trying to do
so
it for anyone else.
yeah, so it's like kind of like I don't know. For me, I think at an age of 50, you're like I'm still in the game, but also here's the thing that
Hey,
I've
dude,
learned.
you gotta get married.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking start coming in bussy. Uh,
Here's the thing that I learned at 42 is that a lot of stuff doesn't matter. Like a lot of stuff, you can kind of act the fool a bit more than people
yeah.
like.
I
Like
feel
what
like that's like an underrated thing in like stoicism.
Stoicism, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Stoicism.
Like
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like it is, but like at the same time, it like yeah, like you get to be
you just get to be like
it,
when people are like, "Oh, you
the
fucked up," you're like,
the
"Okay, I
world
don't
doesn't
care."
affect you. Like
Yeah, you're like, "Dude, I fuck up every day." You know what I mean? You kind of have that like mentality, dude. I brush off losses or like embarrassment moments like they're fucking nothing now. Like I'm just like I just shrug and shit and just because
oh, see, like me, like
I'm so defeated by needing to pay rent every month and
yeah,
shit like that,
like I
dude.
let it linger for like a day, and then like
Um,
after a day, like well, it depends.
yeah,
Like if I bomb one night at like a show, like I'm talking like atrocious, like what's been happening the last few times I've
yeah,
been at Black Cat, just fucking eat dog dick, and I'll like be like, fuck, dude, I suck. But the second I walk in my house, I'm just like, all right,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, maybe the ride home is just like that sucks. I'll be in a mood for like an hour or something if something disagreeable
yeah,
happens, but like no more than that, dude. At this point, man, I'm just like once like I'm not like hoping for death because I'm not gonna kill myself, but like at the same time, I'm just
if it
like
happens, it happens.
dude, I'm like same time, it's like, yo, man, I've done a lot. The other thing is, dude, I read The Economist every week from cover to cover. So, I'm obsessed with The Economist. It's like my thing. I read every week from cover to cover, and that'll be like the last thing they pry. That and tarot cards. Tarot cards second last thing. Economist the last thing. Is that's what they'll pry out of my cold dead hands. Is that Economist? I guess look forward to it, dude. I love it. I
Yeah,
love The Economist. Um, the Economist is very unique. The Economist is you can look this up. It has no competition. There's no competition for The Economist. It's weird.
I don't even. What is it?
It's a magazine that comes out once a week, and it's journalists all over the world that write it, and it's a news aggregate, meaning there are journalists all over the world stationed in every country that work for The Economist, and they read the news every week of their country, and they write reports on it to The Economist. So there's these
Is it
news
like
all over the
biased?
world.
Or-
Well, yes, it's an editorial, so it technically has an opinion, but it's like the least. It technically goes, we're an editorial newspaper, so we're not unbiased, so we're technically biased, but we in that biasness we kind of try to have no bias.
Yeah.
Within that biasness, we try to have no bias, but technically we are reporting on the news, so we're an editorial magazine in that way. So what happens is there's all these reporters all over the world who work for The Economist, and it's the only thing of its kind. And they read the news in their country every single week and aggregate the news and report to The Economist. But also they write articles on things that are happening in their countries. And these articles are articles that would be interesting to investors because it's all
Okay.
about business opportunities or political things that are happening that affect business in other countries. Does this make
Is
sense?
that where you get good at tarot cards? Because you just can bullshit people effectively that way.
Well,
You're just like, oh, what do you do for work? This, and you're just like, you're gonna go to Argentina.
I will say this. I will say this. I will say something. You hit on something very interesting. So, tarot card reading. So what it is I have a deck of flashcard deck that I made, which has the meanings. My meanings for each card upright and reverse on every single card, and I spend 30 minutes a day, 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how long it takes me. I do it on the train. I'll sit down and I'll go through the flashcards. So 156 different
Yeah.
meanings, 78 cards, 156 different meanings. What it is, every tarot deck comes with a book. Every tarot deck comes with a book in it, and that book has the meaning. So I do the Rider Waite deck, and the comes with a little
Yeah, I have a
booklet.
Rider
Yep.
Waite in my room.
Yep, yeah, as a little booklet, and the booklet has the meanings. You'll notice the meanings are these litanies. They're like long, and it'll be like love, lost. It'll be like all these words and sayings next to each other in the meanings, and the sayings and words contradict each other. And what you do is you mind meld the words together, okay, down to one meaning. So that's why if you do this, you'll end up with a different meaning for a card than I will, but we'll
Yeah.
end up with similar meanings. Does this make sense? But it's why tarot readers are unique, right? So it's why people like a certain tarot reader because they go, oh, I like this person's interpretation of the
Yeah.
cards, okay? So either way, you get the card down to one meaning and you end up with 156 different meanings, 78 different cards through mind meld. Mind meld is when you
Yeah. Like,
mush the words, yeah.
all right,
Pick a word in between.
Pat, count us down from like 3, 2, 1.
Oh, for mind meld?
Yeah. Blue.
Fish. Okay, it's between blue and fish now.
Yeah.
Okay, it's between blue and
I
fish.
think we got
Okay,
it.
all right.
Do it again.
Do one
Dory.
bluefish. Oh, because
Dory from Finding Nemo.
yeah, and I said bluefish. Okay, so he said blue, and I said fish, and I said bluefish together as the word because that is
Yeah,
a fish.
no,
Bluefish
yeah.
is a fish, and he said Dora. So Dora and bluefish. So it's now between Dora and bluefish. Okay, Dora and bluefish.
All right.
Okay, Disney.
SpongeBob.
Okay, so now it's between Disney and SpongeBob. Okay,
All right. Fuck.
cartoon.
I was gonna say anime.
Okay, all right. So cartoon and anime. It's between cartoon and anime.
We're fucking right there, dude.
Um,
Oh fuck.
color.
Scooby-Doo.
So it's supposed to be Scooby Doo color. No, but this is why the game is so fun. You know what I mean? Because it goes all over the place. Scooby Doo
Yeah.
color. Okay.
We're supposed to say the same word.
I'm supposed to say the same word. We're supposed to
Yeah,
guess the
yeah.
same word at the same time. Yeah. So Scooby Doo and color.
Yeah.
So it's
Brown.
Van and Brown.
I got an obscure one I'm gonna drop.
Okay. Chevy.
Ascot.
Chevy and Ascot.
All right, I'll go back.
No. It's good. No. Chevy and Ascot.
Mustang.
Ford. Okay. Ford and Mustang. Shit, we're so close.
Model
Horse.
T.
Between
Okay,
horse and Model T.
we're right there. I think we got it. Carrot.
Power. Oh, because I was thinking horsepower.
Yeah.
Model T. Power and carriage.
This is going on too long.
We're not mind melding. We're
Yeah.
good together. Power and carriage. Let's see. Yeah, so it's power and carriage. Let's do it.
Boat.
I was gonna say yellow, between boat and yellow.
Okay.
All right.
Yellowtail.
Between tug and yellowtail.
Crab.
Between fish and crab.
Lobster.
Yay! We did it.
Normally it's much faster.
Yeah, no, it's much
Normally you got
faster.
like 3 to 5
Yeah,
words.
yeah. So that's mind meld. So anyway, you take all the litany of meanings, you do mind meld with it until you get down to one thing.
Yeah.
But and then that's your meaning. And then once you do it once, that's the practice for you, and then for you as the reader, and then you got to make flashcards out of that, and then you got to memorize those flashcards every single day. And then once they're memorized, then what happens is there's tarot spreads. So when I do a reading,
Do you do
people have
10 card reading?
yeah. So when there's tarot spreads, when I do a reading, someone asks me a question, and the first card that comes out is their is the current situation.
Yeah.
Is the current situation.
Current, past, present.
Well, now it's as current, and then the next one that comes out is the response to that current situation. The next one that comes out is what's blocking them. The next one that comes out is what they can do to get off underneath that blocking.
Oh, I'm thinking
And the last
flop
one,
side.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one is what will happen if they do that thing. Now, what it is I have those points in that story, and it's a 400-year-old spiritual improv game. So now I have all the meanings of the cards, and what I do is someone asks me a question, and I give them an answer, but I tell the story. This is your current state. This is your response to that state. This is what's blocking you from growth. This is what you can do from underneath that blockage. This is what will happen if you do that. But the cards give the story, and so it's improv with the cards being the suggestions along the way. So that's why I love it.
Yeah.
It's because it's literally the oldest improv game in the world. Yeah, but and it even starts with mind meld, which is why it's so brilliant. Yeah, which is the OG theater game.
What time are we at? Like, what's the actual time?
Now, tell me about before we go. Tell me about your tattoos.
Most of them don't mean a fucking thing.
Well, it's not even just that, but like, have you ever, do you know the book Parker's Back?
No.
The short story Parker's Back. It's written by Flannery O'Connor, who's like the greatest short story writer of all time, and
We're in Edward Allan Poe, yeah.
okay, but it's the story is all about this guy named Parker, and he tattoos his whole body because his body journaling is basically just like things that, you know,
Yeah, happy.
things along the way. He's like, yeah, let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. So even though it's like you said, it's like meaningless, it's like what was meaningful in the moment. You know what I mean? And the exact moment is meaningful. And
It's
so it's
like the
body
way it
journaling.
looked, that's all.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It's body journaling in
Yeah.
that way. And so for him it's body journaling anytime something inspires him to get a tattoo for whatever reason, you know, sane or whatever, you know what I mean? He goes and does that as body journaling, and he never gets his back tattooed, right? He never gets his back tattooed. And it's all about how one day he has a near death experience, and he goes and he's married to this woman who loves Jesus, right? And she like always is like, it's like you're an asshole, like you know
I've
you're
heard of this story.
yeah, she's married to this woman who abuses them, and she loves Jesus, and she's like, you're like, you know, you're an alcoholic, you're good for nothing, you'd be nothing without me, like Jesus, you need to repent, you know, blah blah. Like she's like she loves that he's a quote unquote sinner because she's very self righteous,
Yeah.
right? And she's like, look, you're disgracing
She
your
can fix it.
body. You're you know, I have no tattoos in my body. I'm pure. You're disgracing your body. Blah blah. Like you don't care about your body. You're ruining the gift God gave you. So anyway, he doesn't believe in God. Anyway, one day he has a near-death experience, so he goes straight to the tattoo parlor. He never gets his back tattooed. He never gets his back tattooed because he can't see his back. So he's like, why would I get that tattooed? I've got every inch of my body tattooed except for my back because I can't see my back. It's one place I can't see, right? So he never gets any place on his body that he can't see tattooed, and that's his back, right? And so he has his near-death experience, and so he then rushes to the tattoo parlor. And people in the tattoo parlor, he's frantic because he just almost died. And people in the tattoo parlor are making fun of him because he's like, I want a picture of Jesus tattooed all over my back. And he picks the Byzantine Christ, which is like this very like Eastern Orthodox
Yeah, yeah.
sort of symbol. And he's like, I want this Byzantine Christ tattooed on my back, all over my back. And he's like, I don't care. I'll spend all my money. And the guy's like, what? And the guy's like, and people making fun of him. Well, you Jesus lover now, blah blah. And he's like, fuck you. You know what I mean? I had a near death experience. And my lady was right. You know what I mean? I need to get right with the Lord. You know what I mean? Like tattoo Jesus on my back. So they tattoo Jesus on his back, right? And then he goes home to see his wife, And he shows her the tattoo of Jesus on his back to be like, I'm converted. I love Jesus now. And she beats the shit out of him worse than ever
Yeah.
because she looks at it as disrespectful that he has Jesus tattooed on his back. But the moral of the story is he's the one who really had a very sincere
Yeah.
conversion. He's the one who actually realized sort of the
Yeah. Christ
message
is the
of
Lord.
Jesus. Isn't that crazy? Dude, so that's like it's actually like one of the most famous short stories ever. And yeah, it's called Parker's Back, dude. And it's all about a dude who's tattooed all over his body and the journey of those tattoos. Isn't that
Yeah.
wild, dude?
Yeah. I have my back tattooed. Never stop believing in God.
Yeah. What's on your back? What's tattooed on there?
I have a whatchamacallit. It's called a Rajan,
Okay.
which is like a Japanese, like the thunder god, and it's riding a dragon that's holding a soul orb.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
That's
I'll show
dope,
it to
dude.
you.
That's fucking dope, dude. That's cool.
But yeah, I'm fucking. Once I finish this, my ribs, which I haven't gone in over a year, or in probably close to a year actually. Uh,
You gonna ever do your face at all or no?
I go back and forth with it. If I ever do, it's gonna be something small. I'm not gonna like
Yeah,
do anything like. I don't think I do anything on my face, but like maybe the side.
yeah, and you have to be established in something where you're like,
Yeah,
okay, I'm done. This is the rest of my life, sort of thing.
yeah,
You know what I
or
mean?
if like something small like over here,
Yeah. Something, yeah,
but like real small,
yeah,
like not like
yeah. Something. That's um, fun. Yeah.
yeah,
People look at it and they're like, oh, that's fun. Nice little tattoo on your face.
yeah,
Yeah, something that accentuates the face, doesn't like go like, ah, dude. One thing I,
like Marilyn Monroe's mole, like
yeah,
something like that. Like
dude, one thing I thought was so funny, man, is when I was filming that movie, man, I used to take a bus uh to go set everything up for the filming up to back and forth from upstate New York because they don't have good trains. You have to take like a bus to
yeah,
like this outlet mall called I forget the name of the outlet mall, but it's in near Monroe, New York. Anyway, there's like buses that go up there from Port Authority. Anyway, I got on the wrong bus one time and it went out to like East Orange, which is past Newark,
yeah,
okay, right in Jersey. And then I get off,
nice
I
neighborhood.
realize I'm
Yeah,
going the wrong way. I'm like, shit. So I gotta get off the bus. And the guy drops me off and he's like, yo, there's a local bus across the way. That'll take you back to Penn Station. It just takes a long time. It's like a local bus here in Jersey, right? But it'll actually go back to Newark Penn. They can get back to New York City and do the thing, right? So I'm like, okay. So I get it. So finally I wait there. Bus finally comes, right? Jersey bus. You know what I
mm,
mean? New Jersey Transit bus. Okay. So dude, this bus goes from literally Orange to Newark, you know what I mean?
yeah.
All through that like bad parts of Jersey, right? And dude,
No,
well,
nice areas.
dude, I realized, dude, when I get on this bus, dude, I realized I'm like, holy shit. So like here's the thing is every time like dudes in New York City, like black dudes in New York City, like yo, I'm thug, I'm hood. I'm like, no, you're not. Like you're actually not. Like Patterson, New Jersey is the hood. You know what I mean? Places like that, like East Orange, stuff like that.
Dude,
So
well,
anyway,
go to the Bronx and say that.
well, no, dude,
Go
here's
go
what I
to
mean.
Hempstead.
Dude, here's what I'm saying. Everyone on this bus, everyone on this bus, everyone on this bus. Dude, I kid you not. I got on this bus. I'm like, this is hilarious. Everyone here has face tattoos.
Yeah,
I'm like, do you guys get sent to because East Orange is past Newark. I'm like,
yeah,
do you guys get sent like past Newark once you get a face tattoo? They're just like, yo, bro, you're like, past Newark. Like,
yeah.
sorry, like,
Fuck it.
cause dude, I live in Little Caribbean in Brooklyn. Like, my roommate is black. My housemate is black. He's a comedian, but I live in a black neighborhood. And dude, no one has face tattoos. No one. Because they're like, they have to have jobs in New York City.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, man, I can't, I literally have to work for the MTA. Like I literally can't get a face tattoo.
Saw a
Yo, you get
post
a
office
face
worker
tattoo?
with one.
You did. With a
To
face tattoo.
huge too.
No shit,
Like
dude.
from like what like that.
Dude, that guy has an uncle who's a drug dealer who gave a bribe to a politician, dude. I know that because man, when I was growing up, man, there were people who had those jobs, post office jobs, and those jobs are done on handshakes.
Yep.
Whenever you see a person delivering a post office job, dude, that is a six-figure job where like you just show up and do the thing, man. No one busts your fucking balls, dude. You show up and you do it hungover, man. You fucking walk that route hungover, right? Six figures, dude.
Yeah.
Hungover.
It's a
Fucking
nice
brilliant.
job.
You got to know a person. Someone's got to. I know people have gotten the key turn for them. Yeah.
Um, check out what was the name of the movie?
Didn't die.
Didn't die. I was gonna say I didn't kill, but didn't die.
Didn't die.
AMC movie theater next week, which is probably won't be out in time. but it'll be streaming eventually.
It'll be streaming eventually.
You can always put it on Prime yourself too.
No, but it'll be streaming. We have a distribution company, so it's like actually a thing. So it'll be. Yeah, I know, right? Ha.
So I got AMC in Times Square.
AMC in Times Square. Yeah, it's going to be in select AMC theaters, AMC in Times Square, starting on March 6th and running for at least a week.
Yeah.
Please go and see it because it is awesome and hilarious and fun. Yeah,
I'm gonna be there. I'll show you my feet.
nice.
Fucking,
Oh, yeah.
fucking foot fiends, dude. Love them.
Love you all.
You're my friends. Yeah. Also, like, tell me if you want me to show my feet more. I'll do it. I need the views. Just tell your friends to watch it. Tell your friends to fucking see his movie, listen to his fucking old podcast, and get your tarot cards read.
Show at Pioneers, all that.
Oh yeah, don't go to that. You want to be up at 10:30 on the Sunday? What?
You get to watch Renegade. We watched an episode of Renegade. Yeah, an episode of the hit 90s TV series Renegade.
I'm leaving before
Every
that
Sunday.
happens.
Yeah, that most people do.
Yeah, I get up at 5 in the morning. So
Yeah, most people leave. Yeah, you get up at 5?
yeah, Monday
Fuck yeah.
through Thursday.
Really, you do?
Yeah.
5 a.m. Dude, fuck yeah. You go to the gym or?
Jiu-jitsu, yeah.
Wow.
I wake up
hell
at 5 in the winter. In like the summer when it's warm, because like I had to warm up my car and shit. But summer when it's warm, I'll fucking just wake up at 5:45,
Oh, but
5:30.
still, that's pretty early. But they're in the winter, 5 a.m. And you jump out of bed first alarm. You don't hit snooze.
No, I hit snooze a lot.
You do.
Yeah, I'm like,
But when do you start at 4 a.m. to hit the snooze?
no, I start at 5 to hit the snooze. But like, it's like a 50-50 shot if I'm up right away.
Fair
So I
enough.
just say 5 because it's easier.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. But 50% of the time, you
Yeah.
actually commit.
5:15.
You actually commit 50% of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that for you. You know what? You got to start you're smart with the jiu-jitsu. If you start a morning commitment, you'll keep it up. If you're like, yo, I like to do this in the morning.
Yeah, sometimes like I'd be slacking some days, like especially Wednesdays.
Really?
Because the other day I drink, it's Tuesdays.
Dude, I drink on Wednesdays
Grizzly
too. 'Cause
Pear,
I have
Midtown.
Thursdays off. I have Thursdays off. Oh, wait, what? Grizzly Pear Midtown? You do it on Tuesdays?
Yeah, they have like 4 mics.
Oh, they
like,
do?
Yeah, it's like a hangout.
Really? Grizzly Pear Midtown Tuesdays. They have like
Yeah,
4 mics.
5:30, 7, 9, and 10:30.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm usually there till like 11:30.
How many mics you'll do? There.
If I can hit all 4, I'll do all 4.
No shit.
Yeah, so like the first like 1 or 2 mics I'll do like new material. The third mic I'll do old shit that like I haven't done in forever.
This is
And then the
Tuesday. It
last
starts
mic,
what time? 5:30?
yeah,
Sorry. But
it's
go on.
show up, go up.
Yeah.
And then like the last mic I'll either riff or like if I'm really trying to polish a joke, I'll bring it
So
back.
how do you get on all 4? Do you show up, go up on all
Show
4?
up, go up.
On all 4.
Yep.
All 4.
Mhm.
They're Buddha mics, though, right?
No,
They're not.
house mics now.
House
They
mics.
used to be 2 Buddha mics, and they turned into
Now they're
4
show up,
house
go up.
mics. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love that for Gary. Shout out to
Dude,
Gary.
Gary's the man, dude.
Gary is hey, you know what? Can we do this? Can we talk about good guys who are comedy club owners like
Yeah,
Gary?
one of the few.
Okay, because here's the thing,
Scott-
right? If you're a hot
gonna be
chick,
in Edinburgh, fucking
Yeah.
2 shows running on the watch list and Pins and
Dude,
Needles.
Gary, the owner of the Grizzly Pear,
Chicago, guys.
nicest. Oh, sorry.
No.
No, Gary, the owner of the Grizzly Pear, dude, nicest guy in the world, man. And if you're a hot chick and you go up to Gary and you go, yo, I want more spots, Gary will go, well, you're a beautiful lady, and beautiful ladies do great at selling tickets in the street. Here you go. Here are tickets. You know what I mean? Like that ass, dude. He will
haven't
never
ever-
sexually harass a woman.
I haven't ever asked him to bark. I should.
Dude, oh, he would love if he'll give anyone a chance. And here's the thing about it, the Grizzly Pear. You should take a chance at barking. You should do it maybe once a year. And the reason I say that is if you have beginner's luck, here's the way the Grizzly Pear works. If the first night you bark, you get like 8 people in, you'll end up doing a residency there for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Because it's a big beginner's luck place. So it's like if you get like 8 or 9 people the first night, they'll be like, okay, you're back tomorrow night. And then they don't care the next night. If you get 0 people the next night,
Yeah.
they don't kick you off because you got 8 or 9 that first night. 100%.
Yeah, I brought
I know
the same
I know
mic, so-
bartenders at the Grizzly Pear who are now bartenders there. They pay their rent for the Grizzly Pear because they literally showed up there the first night and got like 15 people. out of barking.
Do
And
you
now they're
bar
bartenders.
in McDougal? It's probably easier, but
McDougal's easier, way easier.
fucking Midtown was probably brutal.
Midtown, impossible, impossible. I barked a couple times for downtown. No one ever bought. Then barked a couple times for Midtown. No one ever bought, and now I just for the most part don't even I haven't asked. It used to be that Kenny Warren who used to book down there. He used to ask me like once a year. He'd
Yeah,
be like, "Hey, do you want to take a shot at it?" Yeah, and I'm like, "Yeah, sure." But
well, you
never,
get the spot either way.
Yeah,
At least that first
get
one.
spot either way. First one either way. And he'd give me charity spots because he was my boy. And he was the booker at the time. But now I'm not boys with the booker, but I am boys with Gary. Shout out Gary again.
Yeah, Gary helped me out with a little bit of my Edinburgh, so he gave me some
Fuck yeah.
advice. But yeah, Edinburgh Fringe Fest, August 6th through the 18th on the watch list at 3:45 at Just a Tonic and Pins and Needles at the Raging Bull at 10:15. Every night,
Damn.
every day, 2 weeks.
Best
What are you
thing.
gonna do, Scotland? I'll show you my feet, Scotland. I'll perform barefoot. I'll do it. Fuck, think
Dude.
I care?
Fucking brilliant, man. Dude, I love that you're going to Edinburgh, man. That's a fun thing, dude. That's
Yeah.
huge. And it's just it's a cool thing as a comedian to say like you did that rite of passage. You know what I mean? Like you because later on down the road when people are like, hey, do you ever do Edinburgh? Yeah, I did it this one
Yeah.
year. You know what I mean? It's just like a thing in that way. Yeah. Dude, I love that. I love that.
Dude,
Gotta get
3
involved,
weeks.
man. Gotta get involved. You gotta get involved with dumb shit.
3 weeks without my baby mama.
Dude, oh no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Dude,
It'd be
you're gonna get
rough.
flickered up.
Nah, probably not at all, actually.
Oh, really? You're gonna stay double
Yeah.
flicker. You know what? Sometimes you gotta lock in, especially with me, man, with stand up, dude. If I really, man, if I have a big show, like I'm gonna be performing in front of like 50 or more people, I'll stay sober the night before, dude, for sure. You know what I mean? To lock in, dude, for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm sure like there'll be 1 or 2 nights, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that. Cause I'm gonna have to be up early for. I'm gonna try keep training
Sometimes.
jiu-jitsu while I'm out there. I'm gonna try to lift weights and like keep my regular routine while I'm
Oh
out there.
fuck yeah, dude! Edinburgh will definitely have that shit, dude,
Yeah.
because Edinburgh is a major city, so they'll definitely have all that jiu-jitsu stuff. Yeah, for sure. They'll
Uh,
definitely that'll be fun, dude. I've always wanted, man. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, and I'll probably do it. I've always wanted, as crazy as it sounds, to like pimp out like a camper and just go across the country and do improv jams. I love improv, but just do improv jams across the country
yeah,
and just
fucking document it, dude.
meet the Chris Farleys of the country because so many people like go across the country and they like meet the stand-up comedians across the country. Dude, fuck that, dude. Meet the Chris Farleys,
Yeah.
dude. You know what I mean? Like that's like because improv jams are the open mics
Yeah.
for improv people. Yeah, yeah. It's an open mic for improv
I
people.
feel like
The
it's way
jams.
harder to get on stage for improv than
Well,
like to get like a consistent like troupe because you're counting on everyone else, but that makes the shows better in a sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, here's the thing is so like I went through all the levels at Magnet and I went through all those at Second City. So now I'll never pay another school another dime because I just know how to do improv. I went through two schools. It's like being a black belt at two places, you know what I mean? And so as far as improv goes, Second City has a whole another thing called a conservatory, which is a sketch program,
Yeah.
an improv and sketch program. But improv I went through all five levels at Second City and all three levels at Magnet. And so now I just go to the jams. I just go to the jams and because I know how to do the jams because that's what they teach you. They teach you to get to the point where you can do the jams, and jams are open mics for improvers.
Yeah, I haven't done
And
it for
so
almost a year now.
there's all these improv games and improv formats that you do at the jams. And so I always want to just go across the country though, because like even in Cleveland, there's like one improv place and they have one jam once a week. I'm like, I want to go there and do that fucking jam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just do that once a week. Who are those people? Who are like the 9 or 10 people that get together in Cleveland
Yeah.
every week to do one improv jam? You know what I mean, dude? What the fuck? And where did they come from? They came from like New York City or Chicago, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just like ended up in Cleveland. They get together and they're like, hey, this is the once a week like thing. We're all like doing it still, right? You know what I mean? And fucking who are these displaced people? And some of them are probably fucking amazing. But
Yeah.
they just got good jobs in Cleveland, right? And they had to sell out because they got some chick pregnant. And they just now have a good job in Cleveland, and some chick's pregnant, and so they literally now it's in Cleveland, like do an improv there, and like, but you're like, yo, dude, you should be in New York City, and they're like, I was there. That's where I trained. You should be in Chicago. I was there. That's where I trained. Now I got a bitch pregnant. And I'm here in Cleveland, and I just do improv here. And you're right. I should be in Chicago. I should be in New York. You're right. I'm fucking brilliant. And you're like, dude? But once again, just document that shit, dude. There's so many people like that.
Apparently.
There's so many people like that, dude. So many people. And you know what? Now with social media, though, you can launch from Cleveland, right? You can start your shit in Cleveland, and people. Then you got to have some chick who believes in you, who just goes, yeah, I'll move to New York with you. You know what I mean? Like I'll do all that shit and stuff. And yeah.
Lucky, I got someone who believes in me. That's what you need behind every.
Well, here's the other thing is you have a good balance because you watched your dad strip copper, so you're like, oh, babe, you mean go to the open mic and hold down the don't steal money on a credit card job at MasterCard? Like, fucking easy, babe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not stripping wire and fucking hookers. You know what I mean? I'm literally trying to go out to an open mic 3 nights a week. I'm trying to get involved in the comedy scene in Cleveland 3 nights a week, hold down a once a week podcast, and this bank job. That's doable, babe.
Yeah.
That's totally doable.
While training jiu-jitsu, going to the gym, everything.
Well, that's just.
I've been patient, what the fuck you ain't? You my favorite eater, always eat the dick up like a snack. Fuck you front and back, you throw that ass. Oh, you be fucking back, plus your body T, and you clocking, yeah, I'll fuck with that. Baby, where you at? I'm impatient, you know I hate waiting. They ain't gon' count, I'm in my feelings, that's why I ain't dating.